Previously on Anachronology.
Okay.
Oh,
88.
He's all touching titties in this. My
Yeah,
girl, there's
Cindy.
the mole.
Reagan is so senile here.
His hair turned more permy.
Till next time, Anachronauts.
The Anachronauts. They travel through time by downloading history to their brains and archive the past in order to save the future. With their trusty brain download computer, the Epic Traversier, they randomly visit the past year after year. Join them as they embark on their next adventure. Prepare yourself for Anachronology.
Hello.
Hey, I'm prepared. Are you prepared?
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go too. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Thanks for joining us again. Welcome back to Anachronology. I'm Tom, here with my buddy
Hi.
Clay.
I'm Clay.
And Clay. If it's your first time joining us here on this epic adventure as we travel the time-space continuum, archiving history to save the past. Each episode's a new year. We really don't know where we're going. We work with our very trusty and handy-dandy AI producer, all part of the Epoch Traverser, our futuristic, highly technical computer system that helps us traverse the World Wide Web, the Interverse, whatever you want to call it, our brains. It's pretty technical shit.
It's also, cannot blame us for anything that the Epoch Traverser pulls up. Like Tom mentioned, this is all AI generated. We are just putting in what we do here at the show, and we are spit back what we're going to talk about. And I am pretty freaking excited, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I mean, I think it's not just an adventure for you, it's an adventure for us. It's the randomization. We don't really go into this knowing. AI producers doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It's giving us our year. It's telling us, hey, this is what we're going to talk about in that year. As Anachronauts, it's our duty to complete the mission. But if you have never obviously tuned into the show, we are, of course, supported by viewers like yourselves. We couldn't make this happen without our lovely viewers. And obviously, we always say, yo, where that money at? Money's a good thing. I'm not beneath begging for it or asking for it. So, yeah, why don't you tell our viewers, Clay, how they could help us out?
We can definitely tell us how we get that money. You can go to just patreon.com/acronology. There is some goodies there. You'll get ad-free episode. You get a little. First of all, you become an anachronologist. Oh God, I can't even freaking talk. An acronaut along with us. And we're just trying to make it here in the universe one day at a time. And you can also go and check us out on YouTube and hit a little clicky, hit a little subscribey. That way, you just get one of these episodes, and I won't stumble around so much. Yeah, look at the click right there. Look at the banner.
All
right down
good.
there.
You got to be clicking. You can be donating. You can be joining the elusive group that is the Anachronauts. That is us. And like Clay said, when you join, you get a lot of special goodies. We do a special bonus content for every single episode for all our Patreon members. Little special goodies, little fun. Maybe some swaggy swag in the future. I don't know. We're working on a lot of things.
Listen, I'm just trying to talk before we can figure out some swag. But it's not much. It's honest work.
We're learning.
Yeah,
That's why we have an AI sentient, non-sentient freaking producer helping us, because they're infallible, so they can do it all.
Well, Thomas, should we? We got to freaking start this show off on the right foot here, since I already stumbled out of the gate. So, Epic Traverser. We got to go somewhere. I'm not sure where we got to go.
I think we need to go somewhere, and let's turn it over to AI producer and the Epoch Traverser, and let's see what is in store for us today, ladies and gents.
It is time to find today's time coordinates from the Epoch Traverser.
Connection established.
Okay, all right, yeah, awesome. All right, 1999.
I know what it was.
It's this sweet. What is this? Let me hear it.
I know what the problem is. Y2K bug. Y2K bug. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. We're already being plagued. We're not even at the year yet. All right, so we're going to 1999. Looks like this is some funky. Is this Pointer Sisters? I'm liking this. These like robot chicks are getting down.
Man, I'm surprised this wasn't on This is good enough to be on like an NES game. Like if this is on NES,
I'm gonna leave this for a hot second. This is a dope needle drop. All right. Well done. Okay, very nice. I guess, okay, holy moly, 1999. I mean, obviously, we were but young lads in 1999.
Still in high school. Still in high school.
Obviously, still in high school. That was
think I-
quite a freaking year, man. 1999. We were all kind of just holding our breath for the entrance to the new millennium. There was a lot of like weird juju going around about maybe the entire, computer systems in the country shutting down, us going into some like post-apocalyptic craziness, kind of.
I mean, I remember like
God.
that was I can remember that. Also Prince's song "Party Like It's 1999" being played at New Year's Eve, and everyone was like, "Yes, this song is finally it's the only time this song is gonna work." You're like, "Yeah!" Like I remember that was a big deal. Prince playing "Party Like
It's
It's 1999" in New York City. I remember that was a huge deal. Let me see. I got my driver's license. I was 16, so I must have got my driver's license.
What a time. What a time to be alive. That's a special time. That driver's license time, man. That's just like you are
I mean,
you literally have a license to thrill at that point.
and oh, how the older you get, just the more places you can go. And here, this epic traverser is taking us kind of counterintuitively back to 1999. Got a driver's license. Tom left our hometown, came all the way down to where I live to only go back to 1999.
To go back to 1999. So this should be an exciting journey to go back into a time that has since been forgotten. So I guess let's saddle up. All of you get ready. If you're prone to nosebleeds, just hold your nose and tip your head back. And don't worry, the shakes go away eventually. So we'll see you in 1999.
Access granted.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Alrighty, well, this ad break is brought to you by OK Mommy. Get ready to step back in time and relive the childhood dreams that never were with OK Mommy's heartwarming and entertaining new TV show. OK Mommy, where we turn back the clock and give these incredible men the childhood experiences they always wished for. Each week, grown-up contestants will take part in games, adventures, and challenges inspired by their long-lost dreams. From building epic blanket forts to competing in epic water balloon fights, there's no limit to the joy they'll experience. But it's not just about the games. OK Mommy is about connecting with their inner child, embracing nostalgia and celebrating the wonder of youth. With the support of their loved ones and our expert mentors, they'll rediscover the magic of innocence and imagination. And the best part, we have surprises in store. Each contestant will have a chance to fulfill a lifelong childhood wish. Join every week as they celebrate the power of dreams and the spirit of rediscovery. Tune in to OK Mommy, the show that proves it's never too late to relive the childhood you never had. OK Mommy.
You are watching Anachronology.
Goddamn right. Holy moly. I mean, that one was a little
Fine.
rough off the wheels. We apologize. A couple technical difficulties. Of course, we can easily blame it on AI producer. I think he's, been drinking a little bit today. That's
Listen,
okay.
all the time, folks.
Yeah, it's fine. It gets the best of us at times. But hey, welcome. You made it. Congratulations. You made it to 1999. You're here with us.
Coming along.
Thanks for coming along. Man, 1999. We were kind of, pontificating about it before the break and trying to kind of conjure up our memories. Epoch Traverser just bumped out a couple of nuggets here about 1999. Obviously, the Y2K bug loomed in the ether of 1999. Everybody was talking about Y2K. They wanted you to turn off your computers before midnight. Oh, the clocks wouldn't reset. Oh my God, it's going to be Cyberdyne.
Wasn't there a bunch of people like doing a run, not everywhere, but like taking out all the money they could out of ATMs because they were afraid like cash, right? Remember that? Like they couldn't get cash anymore.
I feel like we just figured everything that was electronic or a computer would turn against us at that point.
Planes were gonna fall out of the sky. Like definitely there was I mean, yeah, I'm trying, like that was a big deal about freaking the Y2K. How did they even fix it too? Wasn't it like something as simple as much as there was like the problem was the numbers, computers didn't account for the year going past 2000. So wasn't it like, I want to feel like I'm speaking out of turn here, but wasn't it like not that much code, or like
Yeah.
wasn't it quite a bit of code? I mean,
Well,
for
I
all
don't
the
think it was as crazy as they thought it was, and I think you're right. I think it was just like somebody was like, "Oh, hey guys, this wasn't that bad. I actually fixed it." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. All
oh,
right."
cool.
It was like it probably went down like that, but that was the mass hysteria that happened in that year. Of course, on a sadder note, obviously, 1999 was the ringing in of the school shooting trend. Of course, that all started in 1999 with Columbine.
At least on
Being a
that
kid
scale.
that went to high school, that was definitely a seismic shake in, I think, our culture and how things were perceived from that point on. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I remember that was in Colorado, so that was, I mean, when we got home from school, that was still ongoing. It was on the news, and I remember just being like,
Yeah,
I think, like talking to like Nikki called us, like talking to a couple, like everybody, like, were you seeing this shit on TV?
yeah.
Like that was, and that was like a really really nice school. Like it was like the
Oh,
campus was all, it's like it was in Colorado. It's all really nice. So I mean, it wasn't like it was, um, like these kids had like just like a small little schoolhouse that they went in and took. I mean, it was just cops posted on every
yeah.
exit. Like they didn't know what the hell was going on aside
No,
from all of these kids were like, there's freaking lunatics with guns in there.
it was, and it was such a first outing for anything like this. I mean, there was definitely, there
Oh, there
probably
was school
were. If you
shooting.
look in history, there was definitely college shootings and shootings in schools, but I think that this one just kind of shook everybody. And it's so weird to think that transpired obviously way before the big caveat of social media too, because nowadays you're getting a news source from every single Twitter feed, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. But it's like you said, back then we only took it in because we heard about it on news. It was the live reporting on whatever CNN, and then you read about it in the papers and people talked about it in school afterward.
And I'm not trying to make light of the Columbine situation, but there was this guy, I want to say he was in Michigan, and it was like in the 20s or the 30s or something. And I want to say he was like a principal at the school. And bro, he fucking, I swear to Christ, he loaded his car up with like dynamite and
Whoa.
drove the car into the school and like blew up a bunch
Whoa.
of kids. So all I'm saying is like that wasn't necessarily a school shooting, but I mean, those guys didn't like pack a car full of dynamite and blow up a bunch of kids.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude. Yeah.
That is pretty freaking epic
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
terrifying at the
Bananas.
same time.
Bananas. You
Yeah,
imagine a
that's
fucking,
kind of checkmate to the Columbine dudes. I mean, it was terrible what they did, but dynamite, I mean, that
oh yeah.
is Machiavellian. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was
But
crazy.
that was definitely, I would say, the sadder side of 1999. But of course, there were also iconic things that happened in 1999. We got such amazing films as The Matrix.
Mm.
Obviously, changed how everybody wore a duster. Brought back Keanu Reeves. You started to question if you were actually in a computer simulation most of your life. And Star Wars Episode 1 came out, Phantom Menace, and people went fucking crazy for it.
Man,
Remember that well.
I can remember the like sold out shows at the freaking
Yep.
the mall. I can remember going to the freaking Berkshire
Hell's
Mall.
yeah. I
That
think it was
dang
a
thing.
Regal or something. I don't even know what the brand
I
was
can't.
there.
I just remember it being like, I think it was like one of the first times where it's like actually go. Did we go to a midnight showing to that? I can't remember.
I think we did, and I have a memory of actually this was back in high school, and we were doing. I know particularly for me, we were doing like overnight, not overnight, but night rehearsals for a
Mm,
school production we
theater.
were doing, and we all had been clock watching all night to get out at the right time, pile in a car, like way too many people in one car, drove to the mall, and the hysteria in the theater. It was people fighting with lightsabers and just I dude you know that's just it. And I guess we wax poetic about being in the movies to see something like that. And I just remember when the Lucasfilm sign came up, the fanfare, and it's just like, man, that's pretty badass. That was my first like original Star Wars movie I got to see in the theater, because obviously rehashing the other three, watching them on
Didn't
DVD
they?
or the re-releases, but this was special.
I
Special.
mean, the things it does well. It's got the good score. The movie's got a good score.
Double
The freak
lightsabers. Come on.
the dual lightsaber battles, badass. Dual lightsaber. I actually like the pod racing. Pod racing's cool. Like
Yeah.
the
All right.
special effects, like the
Agreed.
special effects in that
Totally.
scene is cool. Padme, little piece, being 16 years old, seeing Natalie Portman all done up in her little
Oh yeah,
freaking geisha makeup. Come
weird
on now.
geisha makeup. I mean, that
Yeah,
got
weird
some weird
geisha makeup.
emotions going on there.
Dude,
Absolutely.
Liam Neeson, like he's just taking freaking little children. He's saving little children from sandy planets. Like it's like instead of his daughter, he's like taking a little boy. So I mean,
You know,
he's good at that.
it's true that you got it all. You got it all in the Phantom Menace, and again, from a standpoint of 1999, that we got it all. We got it in movies, and also it was the birth of the digital music revolution. People want to pinpoint 1999. We had Napster in 1999, and really, I think that was a moment in time where people were like, this download shit is serious. Like, I can get anything I want if I'm patient enough. And it changed the game leading into the next millennium.
Okay, is that all right? That no longer exists, right? Napster no longer exists, right?
It does.
Like,
It's got to be some super back channel stuff. I don't think so. I think they got sued into fucking oblivion, honestly.
yeah,
They just shut
like
down.
I can see the logo, like I can see like the little freaking logo and the writing, like the lowercase writing, everything. But I mean, geez, that was what is that on Winamp? Remember getting songs and then
Oh
putting on
my
the Winamp
god, bro! I
player?
can still
Yeah,
see
dude.
Winamp, and that was the best part, and that was basically that was a PC program or whatever.
Sure.
Winamp. I remember running it on whatever goddamn prehistoric
Dude,
computer I
that
had, but
that
and then it was
visualizer.
like the visualizer. That was the coolest thing. Was
Oh yeah.
like you paired that with a joint, and your weekend was freaking cool, man. It was pretty badass. You got
Oh man,
all the
the
fucking
different
things.
skins, like the different skins for the Winamp, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hello Tom and Clay, I am happy you have successfully downloaded the information from today's chosen year and are ready to begin the archival
What up,
session.
AI
Please
producer?
focus on the following categories provided by your galactic overlords. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Oh, I guess it's ushering us into our category selection time. Now it decides to show up
Okay.
and work. Thank you, AI producer. Why don't we kick it off to the Epoch Traverser and see what are we talking about here this episode in 1999?
Greeting Anachronauts.
Fuckers.
Welcome to today's year. Please proceed in discussing the following categories provided by your galactic overlords.
Thank you.
And have a wonderful day.
You too. Here we go. This is the fun part. What are we going to talk about today?
Buffering.
Buffering?
Categoria.
Categoria. I remember it well. Here we go.
That is
Give it. First
Kate
topic.
Goria. I went to school with a Kate Goria.
Oh, interesting. Category 1. Food. Oh, food.
Food.
Hey, always love talking
The
about
category is food.
food. Thank you. It is.
All right.
1999 foods.
Yeah, that's interesting. Nothing's coming to mind. Category 2. Oh, TV. Hey,
The
I love
category
TV.
is TV.
I like food and TV. Two great tastes.
Go great together.
They do. All right, buddy. 3. Round it off good. Oh, okay.
The category
That's
is music.
Yeah, Napster. They're bringing up. We got Napster here.
We were just talking about Napster.
Yeah, right. So that's fitting.
Okay, that's a pretty mighty 3 categories for 1999.
Let the categories begin.
Fabuloso. All right, I think we can swing that. I think that's not bad. Those aren't super bad categories to recap.
Little food, little TV, little music.
All right, that's 3 fairly good categories.
I mean, I like all of those things.
I love all of those things. Yeah, let's get at it. Let's get
What do we
at
got
it.
here from-
Let's go. Let's hit some food up. Food's
What
up
do we-
first.
What are they giving to us? What are they delivering? What
Yeah,
are they
let's-
delivering?
What are they?
What do we got to take a bite out of? Shut up. Your puns are terrible.
Absolutely delicious.
It's gabagool.
It's a gabagoo. I hope
mean, shit,
Gabagool is on here.
I mean,
If Gabagool
Sopranos
isn't,
is-
I think
Sopranos is 99, wasn't it?
it? 99. Sopranos. We should be talking about that on TV. Food, baby. Food. Everybody loves food. This gentleman here, AI producer, has given us an amazing visual here. It's horrific. I don't even know what this is.
It's George R. R. Martin on instead of like the Iron Throne. It's like the throne of food. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's him
It's
after his
immaculate.
first Game of Thrones paycheck right here. Oh my God. Jesus.
He won't leave. Okay.
Food.
Freak-
Okay. It looks like what do we have up here at first for food? These are these look like edible arrangements, right? Am I correct in
Edible
saying that?
Arrangements apparently was founded in 1999.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I guess was it easier to like send food in the like I could. I mean, all right. Let me put it this way: I don't order a lot of edible arrangements now, but I'm sure like shipping has must gotten better with keeping things fresh. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell did they have in 1999? Like for edible arrangements, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone. Like, dude, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone like in the past 9 years, let alone
I
1999,
mean,
get an edible arrangement.
you know what I do remember from the late '90s was, and this is probably all the tie-in. I remember listening to Howard Stern and Sherry's Berries was hot.
Of course.
Remember Sherry's Berries? So
I mean,
I feel like we were tapping into something at that point where people were just like, "Hey, I love you, and I'm not going to send you flowers. I'm going to send you shit you can eat." And
see, I
I think
definitely
then, you know, you're rocking the boat a little bit, but I
see.
like it. It's different.
I d I don't know when Sherry's Berries is. I know that there's the infamous Bill Burr Sherry's Berries ad read. "Oh, look at these people." But j
Wow.
what? Did they order they
I mean,
offered
how much is that gonna run you? That's a lot of fresh fruit. It's probably, I mean, it's just the I would assume like you're paying for the labor of putting it together and making it look pretty, but just the freshness of it too. Like you said, I mean, you can't that's that's gotta be a like a by the day shipping method. You can't be that can't be sitting somewhere in some FedEx outpost.
That's what I mean, like, fruit rots like a son of a bitch. Like, I get, like, having it encased in chocolate, but we're looking at, like, non all chocolate encased fruit here. We've got some, like, cantaloupe and pineapple dandelions, some, like, honeydew leaves, some little grape flowers, like, there's gonna be flies all over that, and, like, a hot truck and a UPS truck in the middle of July.
Yeah.
Here, I got you an infestation.
Um, okay, so AI producer gave us some notes on this. So edible arrangements were first launched in 1999. The founders of the company are Tariq Farid. I think that's our man right there, Tariq,
Oh, there he is.
and Kamran Farid. Hey, East Haven, Connecticut, some New England boys. Headquarters for the company was located in Atlanta, Georgia. And yeah, I guess 1999 was the kickoff for this to become super popular. And you know, like I said, I never bought one for anybody. I mean, maybe I guess also the dipped chocolates kind of thing. Like you can dip anything in chocolate, I assume. So I would assume that was also something that was cool and you know, chocolate covered strawberries and this and that and cherries and all the other shit you can dip in chocolate and send your loved ones. I mean, then again, it's like if you send somebody an edible fruit arrangement, are they already in their head like, why is he sending me fruit?
And
Is
I
I'm
mean,
fat.
and like the chocolate chip strawberries I get, like that like makes sense. These again, this thing is monstrous, bro. This looks like it belongs on not like coming to your doorstep. This could be like at a wedding. Like this is how like
Agreed.
elaborate these things are.
And
Like how
also,
much?
like, how are you gonna eat all that fruit?
Yeah.
If it imagine if you sent that to your wife or something, she's like, Jesus Christ, I mean, she better get going on that. That's a family edible arrangement.
I mean, if like depending on how much shit you have in your fridge, like could you even have the leftovers of all this peeled fruit that's just gonna like turn? Like, I mean, I don't understand. I wish they gave us some info on like how these were shipped because now I'm more curious about
Yeah,
like
was dried ice a big deal? I mean, I would assume they have to stay at a certain temperature after, you know, an amount of time or they're gonna spoil. So I
dude,
think
this
it's
is
amazing that it's still going on to this day, I believe. It's a hot industry, but yeah, 1999 blowing up the edible arrangement arena here, apparently.
like this is like I said, chocolate chip strawberries I got. Like this is straight up freaking bouquets of fruit. I I don't understand.
That lady looks like she's eyeballing a strawberry that she's gonna steal off that thing too.
Well, what else do they
Um,
have? It they got like pastries. This isn't. I guess they put pastries in the freaking edible arrangement. There's like baklava there, some
it's kind
Turkish
of like
delight.
it's like the Wisconsin Bloody Mary. There's just random stuff on skewers.
That makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Just
there
like
you
there's a
go. Oh, this is
cheeseburger in it for
great.
some
Oh,
reason.
this looks so delicious. Oh, this is great. Okay, did not know. So there we go. Edible arrangements off the bat for 1999 food. What else we got?
The
Oh,
big. Okay.
baby.
All right.
Now
All right.
this is bringing it back, man. This is definitely. I mean, I remember dining and eating some big New Yorker pizza.
Okay. If the price is
Damn.
I wish we get some dimensions on the big New Yorker because 13.99. I don't know what even Pizza Hut pizza costs now, but I do remember the marketing for this. It was I mean look at that ad. Look at this if well you guys can if you're listening to this, but if you're watching this video, I mean that is they don't make slices like this at Pizza Hut
Oh,
anymore, right?
and it says it came with 6 XL slices. So you got 6 fat, quote unquote, New York. Now, my thing is, if anybody's been to New York and you've had a New York slice, I would really give this the Pepsi challenge. And just by looking at it, the crust already seems a little bit too thick. Like it's definitely not. But I think where they got you was the size of the slice. That's where they were. That's where they had the carte blanche to say it was a big New Yorker.
The marketing of it too. It's like you said, a New York slice. There's synonymous with that. Just instead of being, I don't know, like a wimpy little bar pie or just, I mean, that iconic New York slice. That thing is like the size of a dinner plate, and you got to fold it in half to eat it. I mean, they weren't giving your local, Little Caesars wasn't doing that. I mean, any delivery pizza place did not have anything. Definitely no 6XL slices. Can you imagine the deal?
No.
You must have felt like you're getting for $13.99. Like you're
Yeah,
taking
that
a
was
trip to
the
New York for less than $20.
that was the geniuses at Pizza Hut feeling like they were gonna step ahead of the curb and make this offering. But I mean, this was also a time to be alive because I mean, this is late 90s. I vividly remember the giant pizza craze of the 90s. There was like the Bigfoot pizza.
Oh, the Bigfoot.
The
I think it was
huge one.
also from Pizza Hut, the Bigfoot.
What was the Little Caesars one called? Remember there was also a little. I know Little Caesars got into the big pizza train too, man. Everybody at one point was like, "Dude, it's got to be a giant pizza."
Yeah, we have to. We're getting killed by Pizza Hut on the Big New Yorker. We have to compete.
Yeah, and every like kid's birthday party you went to, it was roll the dice. You were either getting the big pizza from someplace or the giant party sub from Subway. You just choose the form of your destructor for your your friend's 13, 14-year-old birthday party, basically.
I mean, how close is the nearest Chuck E. Cheese, right? Depends. But
absolutely.
Pizza Hut, every town got a Pizza Hut.
But there's like part of me that like I'm looking at it and I'm just not. I don't know if me now would enjoy the big New Yorker. I don't know if I'd be like Richie Rich up there in the top left with his
Review Bra is awesome.
Yeah, with his giant big New Yorker pizza. And it seems like it did make a comeback too, that they've brought it back into the marketing world. I mean, in maybe several years after its premiere, but I don't know, man. It's not as amazing and awe-inspiring as it once was.
I mean, that's like, dude, that was there's no place was doing that back then. This was literally like taking New York City into your own home.
I can taste the cigarette butts and old shut down porn stores. It just comes with every bite.
It comes delivered with a rat the size of your cat.
Okay, next up. Wow, I assume this is fusion food.
It says fusion foods here. Apparently, I don't know if 1999 was like the kickoff of fusion foods. I mean, but what do we got here? We have looks like a ramen burger. So the bread instead of a bun is ramen noodles that seem to have been fried. Some
like
sort of
college kid creation right there.
Yeah, you know what? There's a stoner in me though. That's not a bad idea. And then this just looks like anything you get on the other, like the corn dogs. They just look like anything that would be at the Minnesota State Fair. Like they do. I feel like
put it on a stick and fry it.
Yeah. I mean, that could be. I think that one's like flaming Cheetos, nacho cheese. It looks like I don't know if this is some sort of like Korean or Mexican. It's got cilantro on it, and then I don't know what the barber pole is, but either way, I mean,
that would be $30 nowadays, but just to get those three things in that offering there, and that's it. I think if fusion food started its kind of roll into the zeitgeist in 1999, I mean, I would say that years after it just became the thing. I mean, there's so many restaurants that are just solely based their cuisine, their menu on a fusion, on a particular mashing together of two types of food. And some really work, and some are fucking disgusting.
So I wonder if the innovation here. So I wonder if what sparked the, I guess, 1999ery of fusion food is the Western like fast food places. They were like exported to Japan. And then because in the palette of obviously the culture is different, but you still have like a hamburger or chicken or, this is fried, this is in a bun. And, the Japanese get a hold of it and they fucking reverse engineer something. And then they like some, executive, he goes over for whatever meeting and like, oh, let us take you to this place. And they're like, you guys are doing what? You're putting rice noodle instead of burger bun? Well, I can't fucking do that back home. However, let me go find somebody and invest in some sort of Korean taco box or whatever the heck they got going on, because I mean, it just seems like before there ever was, restaurants specifically created to mix two things together. You have leftovers in your fucking fridge. It's like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat this and this, and then boom, congratulations, you're a fusion chef.
That's just kind of it. I feel like it's like whatever the imagination could conjure up in some way could be slapped on. Yeah, I mean, here's some more. Oh my
Oh
God,
my
some more. Let's say this
oh my
DIY
god.
fusion, and this is again, I guess, could fall under the category Christmas candle salad. I want to throw up just looking at it.
Oh
Ew,
my dude, I don't know who to like. This is like from Better Homes and Garden,
ew.
or it's so
None of
old
it
that there
looks
isn't even a
appealing.
photo.
Is there?
It's like
Oh.
it's
And
a
they put it on,
drawn
like, a plate with greens too, like, who's taking any of that and putting it together and sticking it in their mouth and going, "Mmm."
like, who why would you even eat, like, half a banana at any type of party? Like, if anyone who can't see this, it's a freaking Jello
Yeah.
mold, like, star jiggler with a banana that looks like it has
It's a jiggler.
jizz coming out of it, and it's served, like Tom said, like, on a bed of arugula, and it's next to, like, some mayonnaise or something. Like, why would Christmas candle salad, cherry and banana mold?
Ooh.
Even
And
as someone
then
who likes fruit, cherry and banana doesn't even go together.
no, 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 no. It's drastically terrible on the taste buds. And then this vegan spaghetti donut with California black olives and a vegan parmesan and Maz.
Dude,
They're so hip they can't call mozzarella Maz.
I think they can't legally call it mozzarella.
They can't
It's not
legally
really
call it
legally,
Maz.
they can't.
They'd be
Uh,
sued.
dude, I think that is also sometimes, like, when they like, food will be encased in, like, aspic or, like, gelatin to, like dude, doesn't that not look, like, super shiny? Like, it's encased in some sort of, like,
It
clear
does not
glaze?
look right or edible in any way. And then, of course, rounding it off, leave it to the makers of Spam to have a limited edition pumpkin spice Spam. Yeah, no thanks. Even just regular Spam, I gotta pass on. I can't do the goddamn pumpkin spice.
See, now I'd be interested to know if, like, before 1999, did Spam do anything that was, like, pumpkin spice? Did they do, like, a turkey dinner Spam? Did they do,
Right.
hey, like, a breakfast Spam? Because, or, like, with
Oof.
eggs or hash browns or something? I mean, any of that's kind of fusiony. I mean,
Yeah, I
Jesus Christ.
agree. Just maybe did everybody jump on said train of the fusion uh wows that were coming out in this time? Oh,
Or
I gotta be part of this.
or is it because there really was, like, there was
Both.
just, like, there was no Instagram, so people were like,
Yeah.
You have General Tso's in a burrito? How?" Like, I mean, is it just, like, spread like wildfire?
Yeah, you're right. There's not influencers like telling you everything that's on their plate and all these posts. It was like just, it was Aunt Bethany's, Christmas candle salad image on her recipe card that she shares with all her other
It
family
is now time
members.
for a segment.
Oh, okay. It's
Ooh,
now
okay.
time for a segment. Okay,
Alright.
bossy pants. All right. Well, that said, let's rock up a segment then. We like doing fun little segments incorporated with our categories here at Anachronology. This segment is one we like to call "Convince Me I'm Wrong," and it's exactly as it sounds. We are going to come out with a statement that we both strongly believe in, and then typically we leave it up to facts and or usually AI producer to prove us wrong in some way, shape, or form, or to convince us to move ourselves over to the other side. Topic on this "Convince Me I'm Wrong" is my favorite, American cheese.
Mm.
And what is the deal between the white versus the yellow? And which one is highly superior? I mean, this is an age-old debate. This is a very age-old debate, I would say.
I just, as someone who does love cheese, I wonder if I'm assuming that the white came first, or did someone who made American
Hmm.
cheese, like, because I know I want to say the only difference is the like, the coloring, like, it doesn't really affect taste, but that also could just be like, I'm
Yeah, you're
talking my
right.
ass here, because I feel like if I were to have both of them in front of me, I feel like I
They would
would be
taste
able to.
exactly the
I
same.
feel like well, I feel like the orangey one would taste orange, like the yellow would taste yellower.
Yeah, that's
But
true too. It's like I kind of wish I had two slices to do a
yeah,
very detailed
but okay,
comparison.
But okay, so but convince me I'm wrong. Okay, AI producer. All right, so convince me I'm wrong. I mean, I'm just like I feel like the classic iconic. It's the yellow American. Like I'm saying, yeah, yellow, right?
I'm
I mean,
yellow. I'm with you, man. I personally think I've always been yellow. I remember like a vivid memory of like I remember my mom buying American cheese back when I was a kid, but she'd get them from like the grocery store and they would just come in just like this, just like Homer, a block of a ton of cheese, but it was the white one. And you'd have to, it was like finding a page in a book. You'd have to find the peel on it and peel it off and peel it off. And it was a whole process, but it was the big block of white American cheese. But
yeah,
man, those Kraft singles, those yellow Kraft singles melting on a hamburger or something, get out. Grilled
dude, it's
cheese, come on.
dude. I can remember like I have like grilled cheese 100%. That was one of like the first like you're old enough to use the stove meals you can make for yourself, dude.
Yeah,
I can remember getting in trouble for using like too much American cheese to make a bomb ass grilled cheese. Like where'd all the cheese go? It's like I ate it because it's fucking dope ass American cheese.
because it's freaking delicious. All right, AI producer. That said, I think we're both in the yellow camp, and I think if you really
Jesus.
want to prove your point, convince us we're wrong.
Hello, Tom and Clay. I understand that you have a preference for yellow American cheese and believe it is superior to white American cheese.
Yep.
However, I'll present you with some points that might challenge your perspective and show you why your belief may not be entirely accurate. Keep in mind that
Okay.
personal taste preferences can differ, so ultimately, the better choice is subjective and dependent on individual preferences. Taste and flavor. Taste is subjective, but many argue that white American cheese offers a milder, creamier flavor compared to its yellow counterpart. The white variety allows the subtle flavors of the cheese to shine through, making it a versatile choice for various dishes. Versatility. White American cheese tends to be more versatile in culinary applications. Its mild flavor profile makes it a great option for melting on sandwiches, burgers, or grilled cheese. Its neutral taste complements other ingredients without overpowering them, allowing the flavors of the dish to come together harmoniously. Natural appearance. The yellow color in yellow American cheese often comes from artificial additives such as annatto, a food coloring. While these additives are generally recognized as safe, some people prefer to avoid artificial colorings. White American cheese retains a more natural appearance, which can be visually appealing to many individuals. Health considerations.
Health eating cheese.
Who cares?
When comparing yellow and white American cheese, both varieties are quite similar in terms of nutrition. However, if you have concerns about consuming artificial colorings or prefer a more natural approach to your diet, white American cheese may be a more suitable choice for you. Traditional authenticity. While yellow American cheese has gained popularity over time, it is worth noting that the original American cheese was white. If you value traditional or historical authenticity, white American cheese can be seen as the original and classic choice.
So
Ultimately,
it's
the
the racist
choice
cheese? Is that what
between
you're telling
yellow
me?
and white American cheese comes down to personal preference.
Yeah.
While
Case
yellow
closed.
American cheese may be your preferred option, it's essential to consider the various factors mentioned above and be open to exploring different flavors and possibilities. Variety and diversity in our food choices can lead to new and exciting experiences.
Okay, maybe you tiptoed on the racist side there in the end, AI producer, but I kind of understand where you're going from.
right,
Thank
well,
you for all the
however,
knowledge. I
yeah,
don't think
however,
I'm tipped. I don't think I'm tipped.
like one like milder. It said like milder. Like come on, I want my American cheese to taste American cheesy. I don't want a mild American cheese. Like American cheese by definition is mild. How the hell much more mild is it going
I
to get?
agree. I agree. I need the cheese flavor in there. If it's gonna get hidden underneath everything else. I mean, I feel like cheese is like the blanket on anything. You just put the delicious cheese blanket across it. You get that cheesiness and the flavor. I don't need it to be lost.
Yeah, I don't think I think they said
Hell
something
out
to
of
her
here, dude.
like harmonious or something or expression of it's like yo, it's American cheese. How much it goes on a fucking burger? There's not
Yeah,
gonna
dude. I mean, come the F on, dude.
I believe it is time for an entertaining segment.
Another entertaining segment. You just like these segments today, my man. All right, cool.
Jeez.
Okay, well, let's do another segment. Sure.
Oh,
This
shit.
segment we always like to call Hello from Earth. Hello from Earth is fairly straightforward. It's basically us talking to our otherworldly brethren out there, explaining things to them. Envision it as a time capsule. If they found this, which they may, we can help explain some things of our history to those that are, I guess, enamored with our strange ways.
Yeah, well, we figure, if this is all getting pumped out into the universe in the late 70s, there was this thing called the Golden Record that they put a bunch of mathematics and it's basically the information that to show if some intelligent life form came across it, they'd be like, oh, these freaking hairless monkeys, we can go take them over. But I say that to say because we're not smart scientists who put out the golden record. We're Tom and Clay, so we can only offer up what we can from the year 1999 to whoever the heck might come across it. And I don't know if they're gonna like it or not because it's the year 1999. We have vegan don't. Oh, we got the Food Network
Ooh,
though. Food
okay.
Network.
This is an interesting one to explain to people not of this world.
Better than the vegan spaghetti donut.
It is better. I'm glad that we don't have to explain that. Okay, the Food Network, very interesting. I think possibly the best way to describe the Food Network to outer worldly beings would be to show them the Food Network. So AI producer pulled up one of our playlists on our Anachronology YouTube channel, which you should go to and subscribe to, and you can view all the playlists on there from all of our shows, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, if you want to go back and show your friends this 1999 Food
go
Network.
show your friends what was going down at that time. But yeah, I mean, give a brief synopsis. What even was the Food Channel? If you were to explain it to someone that has no freaking clue of what it is.
Okay, you know how that you have to like eat every day, and there's also a large portion of the world who doesn't get to do that. This is a television show that shows a bunch of fucking people basically not necessarily wasting food, but celebrating it, and it's something where you can literally, it's like the distillation of like gluttony. It really is like the distillation of gluttony. It's like there's so much just excess that we just have a fucking
Yeah.
but I get off my high horse here. It's the Food Network. It was basically reality TV. Instead of being about manufactured drama, they would be like cooking shows, but then also personalities that would show the recipes of either what they grew up in or the restaurants they work at. But it was kind of like trying to make like different cultures accessible by what everyone has to do, which is eat food.
It was definitely a tie-in with, like you said it best, personality versus food. And when you mix them all together, you got kind of something like this.
Next time from Martha's Kitchen, visit a fig nursery.
There she is.
Learn a secret family recipe for
Queen
a fantastic
of the Food Network, Martha
Some
Stewart.
wonderful and delicious ways to serve figs.
Delicious.
From Martha's Kitchen tomorrow at
And not
6:30
do
p.m.
insider
Eastern.
trading.
Let's kick it up a notch.
Hey.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, the king and queen of the Food Network in the late 90s, Emeril Lagasse and Martha Stewart.
Didn't he get banned for doing Bad Touch?
The best
You don't really hear about Emeril no more.
barbecues.
You know what? You don't.
Best of. We'll take you there.
The best
Chili
bagel
Cordies?
sides, tastings, tales.
Oh, yeah.
5 states in
Also,
30
it was a
minutes.
lot of
The best of
it was a lot of
travels
video of
everywhere.
people
Tonight,
eating
at
too,
9
remember
so
that
people
guy.
had to
on
get
Food
used to.
Network.
That Mark
Hey
Silverstein guy.
guys,
I remember
here
that
we
guy.
are. All of us right here at the big
Emeril.
game. You should be here with us.
Food
Hey,
Network is sending Emerald to pro football's
bam!
biggest
Wasn't that
game, and
Emerald
you can
thing?
go with
Bam!
it.
He
With
would hit it
December
with
2
some
to Food
pepper,
Network's
salt.
Bam Bam Atlanta Tailgate Jam,
Whoa,
plus tickets
literally.
to the big game. When you see the Bam Bam logo, send us
Oh,
the date
God,
and time
the
you see
Bam
it,
Bam
along with your
logo.
name, address, and phone number, or enter at foodtv.com.
Ooh.
Can we enter that?
Plus,
Can we enter
5
that?
winners will get an Advanti
There's no
above from
expiration.
GE. Food Network's Bam Bam Atlanta Tailgate Jam.
Bam
Brought to
Bam.
you by Food Network, Pepsi AC, GE.
Look at these
Eastline
sponsors too. Going for it.
Next on Food Network, Curtis Aiken's Pick of the Day is bound to be fruitful
Oh,
and vegetable
shit.
for that matter. Then check our guest gourmet of the day on Chef du Jour, plus the always cool Hot Off the Grill with Bobby Flay.
Oh
Food
my
Network,
God,
full
Bobby
of
Flay.
Dude,
Yeah,
did
so this is
do these
crazy.
bumpers even exist anymore? Like what we're watching right here, where it says like at 3:30. Dude, is there so much like on demand TV? Like I don't know, I don't have like cable. So is there like in between shows? Do they have this shit like what's coming
I
on?
don't, dude. I
Or do
don't
they
know.
just like feed you like show after show? Like this one ends, this one starts, this one ends, this one starts.
I don't know. I don't know either. I don't really have cable, but I think that I would assume they have to have some kind of plug for what's coming up next. But it's amazing to me that even at this time period, because I think the Food Network actually came in the early 90s, but actually came to its like kind of the fever pitch that it was in the late 90s, and the fact that they could fill on the half hour this much bullshit programming about food is impressive.
I mean,
a lot of food.
That Jill Cordes, I don't remember her. That Mark Silverstein guy. I do remember him though. I do remember him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know most of those people. Like I said, I think I was pretty safe with Bobby Flay and Emeril and Martha Stewart seemed to be the big pillars, and they obviously all like just exploded after this and opened restaurants and had cookware and everything they could put their name on.
I mean, I think the only one still standing is Martha Stewart. She's doing something with Snoop. I haven't heard anything, but what's his name? Emeril. Haven't heard anything from Emeril. And then,
after doing some jail time, she became even more famous. She was notorious after her little stint in prison.
Insider trading.
We got here.
Cooking Live at 7 is really about getting dinner on the table. Cooking Live
Goddamn right.
at 10 o'clock is more about the whole world of food.
It's the all-new series Cooking Live.
Oh, that looks boring as shit.
that was just like a wine mom just talking about like how she has been.
Wow, they're not holding back here. Two fat ladies. Oh, actually, that aired on the Food Network.
Grab that crab, Clarissa. Eat that meat,
Greg.
Jennifer. Why doesn't that pheasant look pleasant?
Oh my God, not a fucking dove.
They were only able to shoot one episode for the first season because the whole budget went into this opening sequence.
It's pretty intense for
Yo,
that's
two fat ladies.
It's just one. Oh, listen, this
food bites.
It's like music.
This food bite is brought to you by Brummel and Brown Spread.
Oh yeah.
Does that even exist anymore?
Hi there.
Enjoy the rich, creamy taste of butter on all your
This
favorite
Brady
foods.
Bunch mom looking
Use Brummel
motherfucker.
and
This is
Brown,
called
all
spread,
bread blended
made with
the wholesome
yogurt.
goodness of
Ew.
yogurt. No matter what you're having for breakfast, muffins, waffles, or bread,
Spread it
jack up
on.
with Brummel and Brown. It gives an ordinary breakfast choice a rich,
Lady.
buttery taste.
Ugh.
Now,
Yo,
I also use Brummel and Brown at lunch and dinner as a topping for our
I
favorite
bet you
foods.
do, and I'm sure your
It's great
cholesterol
on
is through the
everything from
roof.
pasta to baked potatoes. And it even makes a
And here you
stir-fry
go.
veggie
This is a
dish
great
delicious.
a combination of
Or you can try creating
the
your
Food
own
Network,
spreads
which
or
is it was just a
toppings with
big
Brummel and Brown.
commercial for
Now, here's one
sponsors
that I
too. If
love.
you think about it,
Fresh
everything was some
herb
big,
spread.
you know, we're
Blend
gonna
1
sponsor
teaspoon
this.
each of
It's brought to you
fresh
by
chopped
this.
herbs
It's all
like
food. It's
basil,
all scratching
thyme,
each other's back. Look at this shit.
and
Dude, that
parsley.
does not look good, man.
With 1
No,
half
that's a
cup
lot of
Brummel and
parsley.
Brown. You can substitute
Yeah, but just the fact
lighter,
that
just
they're
use
saying this
1/3
is supposed to
teaspoon
replace
each.
butter.
Then spread it on a
Dude,
French
this company
baguette,
doesn't
pop
exist
in the
anymore.
broiler,
It
and you'll
can't.
have a great tasting bread
What
to
do,
go
what
with
do you
dinner.
mean they don't want to eat
Now,
my
whether you
yogurt
use it
butter?
as a topping or
Yes,
a
sir.
spread,
No one
don't
wants to
miss
eat your
out.
yogurt
The
butter.
creamy taste of butter that your family will enjoy.
Wow. What else we got here? Oh, Emerald Live. Here he goes. Got pumped up. Oh man. What a time to be alive. I would have loved to have been a live Emerald tape. But look at him. He was like in good shape. Probably doing a little blow on the side from that tape.
Oh, he must have. Oh yeah.
Oh, look, that was a firm handshake. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, he's so over. He's not even wearing like his chef whites. He's just wearing a suit. Like he looks like a waiter. He don't look like a no chef.
All right.
All right.
So the question is, how's everybody in Chicago doing tonight?
Man, pretty good, Emerald.
All these people are held here against their will.
Yeah.
Emerald's
I wanna let
running
you
really
guys
late.
know
I have to
one
go
little
pick up my
secret.
kids.
The real reason
He'll be here.
that people come to Chicago is for the food.
Oh,
And it's not those cows on the street
okay.
there, Mom.
Yeah, it's a lot of clapping and a lot of Emerald. Okay, that's Emerald. What's this
I
one?
mean, has much changed though? I mean, they still have those. I mean, I don't have cable, so I don't watch the Food Network, but I think they have that kind of stuff. Oh, this show
is my
was
favorite part of late 90s Food Network.
Oh yeah.
Hells yeah, dude. Iron Chef slapped.
Dude, this is so good. This is the ones where there was all silver in Japan. Like they had to sub
Ooh,
dub
and
everything.
that guy too, the MC guy he would wear like a weird like bullfighter's uniform and like whip off the there he is. And I have to give him that. It was just absolute perfection. It was the pageantry that they put into it. It was absolutely.
I think he was the Emperor of Iron Kitchen. I think that was his official
Was
title.
he? Oh my God! I didn't
was
even
the
know he had a
Emperor.
title. That
I
makes
think
it
he
even
was the
better.
Yeah, he was like the nameless. He never gave him. He was just the Emperor. I'm pretty sure. Which, dude, I remember he would at the beginning of every episode where it would be
That's
like,
incredible.
pitting against this master chef, and he would like be inspecting produce, and he would like take a bite out of a pepper, and he'd be like, like,
Yes.
dude, it was awesome.
Yes, always. He'd always have he'd have a side look he'd give you, and you'd just be like, yeah, this guy.
It was like freaking pepper that came off the freaking tree of knowledge. It was awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think visually we tried to do a good job of at least describing to our otherworldly folk what is Food Channel. Aliens, if you do take over the world, I feel you need to reignite some kind of 24-hour food network for the people that you've enslaved. That might be nice. They would enjoy that.
And if anything, just to base it on Iron Chef. Just watch an episode of Iron Chef, and then that is the best we have to offer from 1999 from the Food Network. Hands down.
I agree. If there's one clear winner out of that entire montage of Food Network stuff, I would keep the Iron Chef. I would maybe add an element of a battle to the death as well in there if we want to get real crazy and primitive. If I don't know who's taking us over, what these aliens are like, but hey, we could truly notch it up a bit and make it highly entertaining and delicious, and you could learn something at the same time.
Yeah, Iron Kitchen, Thunderdome style.
That's what I'm saying. All righty. Well, yeah. I mean, I think we've been, for Christ's sakes, AI producers have been hitting it hard with the segment. Yeah, and I think what we need to do is we need to go to one of our amazing sponsors, because they are the ones, obviously, that make this all happen. And also, you can also help make this all happen, as we always like to say. Throw in there a little support us segment.
There it is. Look at
you
this.
know what?
Look at those little clickies. Look at those little clickies you can click.
Give us some
Look at that one.
clickies. We love
Look at that.
clickies.
Right over there, there's
us.
a little Patreon. Just go click on that.
See
Give
that?
$1. Give $2. Give $5. Look over there, there's a little subscribe
Give
button.
a little clicky.
Like and share.
It helps us out. It helps us continue to make the show. You get into that exclusive Anachronaut club. You become an Anachronaut yourself, helping us. We have tiers on the Patreon. You can even be helping us decide what categories we may want to be putting into the Epoch Traverser in the future, what years we may want to travel, what did we miss in previous years. There's no saying we can't revisit a year either coming up. So I think the sky is the limit. Time is the limit.
Just become part of the crew. Just give us an idea. We'll freaking try and run with it. And if it's bad, we'll still try and make it happen. Twitter's here for all. You help us, we help you. It's a little bit of a show. We put a little song and dance for you.
Damn right it is. But let's kick it off to a sponsee, and then we'll be back after this. So stay tuned, and we will see you really soon.
We'll be right back after these messages. Go get yourself some gabagool.
This segment is brought to you by Drinkin' and Fixin'. Tired of boring do-it-yourself projects? Mix things up with Drinkin' and Fixin', the monthly subscription box that pairs home improvements with delicious adult beverages. Each month, you'll receive a new project to spruce up your home, along with everything else you need to complete it. But here's the fun part. Every box also includes a specially selected beer, wine, or spirit to enjoy while you work. Imagine retiling your shower backsplash with the hops of IPAs tickling your taste buds, or adding elegant trim to your floors with a pitcher of margaritas nearby. You can even varnish those old banisters while sipping a smooth 12-year-old whiskey. Drinkin' and Fixin' takes the chore out of DIY. With a drink in one hand and a hammer in the other, you'll look forward to each satisfying project. And with step-by-step instructions provided, you don't need any prior experience. Sign up now and get 50% off your first box. Why work sober? Drinkin' and Fixin'. DIY kits and libations delivered to your door. Upgrade your home and unwind with a buzz.
You are watching Anachronology.
No.
Hey, welcome back. We're still here in 1999, and we have much more to talk about. We have two more categories. If you're just tuning in, we just talked about food of 1999, and boy, did we learn a lot.
Kind of uneventful, though. I got to say, a little uneventful. I did learn, but a little uneventful.
Yeah, I mean, besides the big New Yorker, I don't know if I would have really eaten any of that food now. Me, if I were here in the sense in 1999, if I were to go out to eat, I don't know if I would do half of that stuff. Doesn't sound very appealing to me now. It's my older gut. I don't know if I could handle the fusion or the edible arrangements. Rock pizza. I don't give a shit. I will frick it up.
What? Oh, television's the next category, no?
It is, my friend. We are going to talk about television. Obviously, something everybody loves. I know we love TV. That is our next category.
This has got to be
TV,
a
1999.
very good year.
What
This has gotta be a great
amazing things came out in 1999? Obviously, you know, there were some pretty crappy things. We could try to more talk about the good things. I'm seeing what's been popped up here by Epoch Traverser, and obviously, first out the gate, 1999. Who could forget the premiere of
Heavy
the
hitter.
freaking Sopranos, dude? That was obviously a coveted moment in TV history, possibly the beginning of the golden age of television.
So this was like, I don't think it had as big as Game of Thrones was for the HBO and the world at large. The Sopranos was I don't think with no Sopranos, there's no Game of Thrones, even though it's, one is adapted from a science fantasy, novel series of books. And this was an original, based in reality, mafia. Look at a mafioso with a home life. But without this show, I mean, do you get any of these freaking hour-long dramas to the extent that they are with this is kind of like the Wire, I think, also came out right before this or right in the same year. But dude, Sopranos. I mean, this is still
Sopranos, man. It's just and I think it is like you said. I think something had to come first, and this came first, and it just showed people that like TV could be a different vehicle for cinematic entertainment. You could get amazing actors in your stuff, guest starring or starring. You could get amazing writing. You could have the 45-minute to an hour episode. It was basically like, let's captivate people, like we do in the movies, but let's make an incredible gangster movie, but let's stretch it several seasons, all these different arcs and characters, and obviously headed by the amazing, sadly, too early to go, James Gandolfini as Tony Soprano, who freaking steals the show, even upon rewatches. I think I rewatched the show maybe 2 years ago, and it still had it still hit. It was like, wow, this is hanging in there,
Do you remember anybody else that was like up for the role of Tony Soprano? I can't think off the top of my head if there was like any other actor, like if he was always the first choice, if there was other like someone else. Like I'm trying to think what other kind of like Italian American actor could have pulled
like who could who could have
you know
done
what I mean back then, like
yeah,
like Ray Romano, like
maybe
Carmela.
That's kind of what I was. Oh God, that would be. Can you imagine? I think what they may have.
I have to kill Big Pussy Carmela.
Oh my God, dude! Yeah,
I've known him since we were boys.
Everybody hates Tony. But I think that the only other options were maybe the rogues gallery of all the different like Italian American supporting actors who had since been in the Goodfellas and all these other kind of Italian mobster movies. And it's funny because a lot of them ended up doing cameos on the show, or
I mean,
they were a part of Tony's crew, for Christ's sakes.
I mean, Uncle Junior was in Godfather 2. Lorraine Bracco, obviously in
amazing.
Goodfellas, obviously. I don't know if Edie Falco was anything. The daughter there, Jamie Ziegler, she's Jewish, so she wasn't in anything. Can't remember about anybody in the immediate family, but dude, Sopranos, 1999. Come on, I mean, HBO, one of the great. If you haven't seen it, great show. If you got,
it's really a pitch perfect kind of thing. It's worth watching again. I mean, you can watch it anywhere. I mean, well, honestly, no, you can only watch it on HBO. It's their crown jewel. They're not going to let anybody take that shit.
Just pirate it if you need to.
Yeah, pirate it, download it, do whatever you need to do. But it's totally worth the watch, and it's totally worth the hype. And obviously, it's of course, in my opinion, of 1999, that's the number one, the big thing that came out in 1999.
Dude, The West Wing, underrated.
The West Wing is another one of those things that came out in 1999 that just shook the ground of TV. It was just people freaking loved and continue to love this freaking show.
I remember there was the writer for this, Aaron Sorkin, he got like arrested with like in magic mushrooms or something in Arizona, and back when there was a bunch of like just hitters on SNL. There was like the skit was because
I
everything was
remember
walking and
it.
talking. Didn't this show popularize like the walk and talk
Walk and
before?
talk,
But
yeah.
before everything was all static and there really wasn't much movement, but there was also much just locomotion in the show. And like the SNL skit was everything was all
Yeah.
tripped out because Aaron Sorkin got popped
It
with
was a
magic
funny
mushrooms.
segment. It was like the
It's
West
awesome.
Wing on mushrooms and stuff. Yeah, and they're all like walking, and it's all like psychedelic colors.
Dude, this dude was a madman too. I think he like
Insane.
there was like 7 seasons or maybe even 8 seasons of this show, and he wrote like every episode up until I think the 7th season, and the network finally made him like get help. But dude, this dude was just crushing episodes of this just rapid fire dialogue
Insane.
that had all this like proper political terminology, and all the characters were all the actors obviously brought them to life, but the characters themselves were also so well written. Like it was easy to distinguish them by the words like they were on the page, not just the actors that portrayed them.
Absolutely, and like you said, it was like the authenticity he put to kind of the characters and the jobs that they had, and it's funny. It's like I've heard people say like we'll never have a president as good as
Oh, yeah,
Martin
the
Sheen.
fictional Jeb Bartlett for sure.
You know,
Jebby Bartlett.
he was so great, and you know, obviously look at Rob Lowe in there. Look at, I mean, Allison Janney. Everybody loved her. I mean, she won so many Emmys for this show. She won a lot.
I can't remember his freaking name. The guy on the right, he's in Adam Sandler in Happy
Bradley
Gilmore.
something.
Yeah. Oh, God dang it, I can't think of his fucking name.
He's so funny in Happy Gilmore too. He's such a
It's-
shithead in it.
Then Leo, that guy's. I think, dude, this actor died. The guy who played Leo, his chief of staff there. That
Oh, I
actor,
loved him, dude. He was great.
dude, I can't. He's been in a bunch of shit too. But yeah, I think he died obviously in real life, and they wrote that into the show. They're like, how? Oh, obviously, you don't want your freaking actors to die in the middle of shooting anything, but they wrote that into the show, and it played well. I mean, dude was old in real life, old in the show, kicked the bucket.
Yeah, well, you know, he got plenty of walk and talks in before he kicked it. But yeah, it's definitely it's one of those shows too. Like you get addicted, you get pulled in. It's definitely worth a watch if you're into that kind of thing. Because I feel like so many shows have now since come and have taken from the backbone of West Wing.
Dooley Hill, I can't remember what the heck. Wasn't he in Psych, right? Or
Yes,
no?
he is.
Yeah,
That
right.
was
Isn't he in Psych now?
his big kind of role. And look at him rocking that big pager on the waistband too. God damn.
That's his presidential pager.
Hells yeah,
Gets
yo,
out
the
of the
president's
bunker.
paging me. I gotta roll.
How dope that would have been. The president's page. Oh shit, Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, and then up on the list is obviously Freaks and Geeks. Also come out in 1999. A show
One
I think
season.
way
Season.
Yeah, way ahead of its time. One season show, an absolute powerhouse vehicle for pretty much everybody that you see here today. Judd Apatow was pretty much a kingmaker years after this, and all of these people have since just been massive hits in Hollywood, in television, you name it, and they all started on this frickin' show.
I mean,
Wild.
Siegel, Franco, Rogan, Cardellini, Martin Starr, Sam Levine. I can't remember the name of the kid who he turned into he like grew up the younger brother. He's like 6'6" now or something. He's all scrawny.
John
He's in
something Daly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of his full name, but
the
all
blonde girl.
of them.
Yeah, I can't remember what else I've seen the blonde girl on, but dude, like, yeah, literally, how often is it you have all of your main cast go on to have 25-year-long career consistently after you were in one season of something? One season.
And it was like the curse of Judd Apatow at that time too, because remember he did this got shit canned after one season. He did Undeclared a few years later, shit canned after one season. He just couldn't hit it on television for a long time. And then you flash forward many years after, and he starts making these kinds of niche comedy movies, and he starts putting these people in these films, and people are like, oh my god, it's so and so. I mean, he is solely responsible for obviously the powerhouse that Seth Rogen has become in the past decade plus. It's just he gave all these people a voice, and I think Paul Feig wrote this with him too. I'm pretty sure Paul Feig was very instrumental in Freaks and Geeks, and it was just like goofy and funny. It was very much encapsulated with, I thought the soundtrack was really good on it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's a good watch for sure.
Who plays her dad too? Who plays the Cardellini and the other dude? He's awesome.
He's great.
He's also in
guy, right?
He's also he's also in Happy Gilmore. He's yelling at Happy jackass. No, he's awesome. Whoever that guy is, he's great.
Yeah, again, just these kind of bit parts, people coming in, and it was just really funny and filled with heart and good. And unfortunately, a 1-season wonder, and then it never came back. But yeah, check out some Freaks and Geeks. Space is a weird one. Space is definitely, I would call it a TV B-side that I don't think a lot of people know about. And I think it's fantastic. And it is one of those things that when you understand that, Edgar Wright is attached to it and you watch this show,
it's got Edgar Wright all over it.
You just get it immediately. I mean, within watching the first couple minutes of the first episode, I do believe it was on BBC, and it was obviously a British thing, but I mean, you see Simon Pegg, you see Nick Frost in there, you see some of these other players that also all just like were peppered into all his films at one point or another. But this was basically like the building blocks for Shaun of the Dead.
And I mean, like you said, if you are familiar with Edgar Wright and you watch it, it completely makes sense. I mean, this is another one. So this guy, he's been since for 25 years now. I mean, this guy's been, I don't know, Christ, he must have done something since Scott Pilgrim. What was it? Oh yeah, the Baby Driver. I don't know. So he must have done something since Baby Driver. But still, like his ability to create, whether it is an action or an adaptation or comedy. I mean, he's been doing it. Yeah, he's been effortless is a great word for it.
Yeah, he's got, his repertoire is deep, and he doesn't get pigeonholed. He's proven to do a lot of different styles, but he just has a unique way about his filmmaking, whether it's his obscure camera moves or it's the timing. I think what is hilarious about him is it's just like, it's incredibly British. Like the comedy is incredibly, it never really skips a beat. Like it pays tribute to all the things that came before him, the Monty Pythons, the Fawlty Towers, all that stuff, and it's just like, it is pitch perfect British comedy, but like
his pace on it too. He paces it so well.
He does pace it well. And this is a fairly short season, I think. I don't know if they did 2 or 1, but man, it's funny. There's just episodes you watch and you're just like, oh, I see why he made Shaun of the Dead after this, or like Hot Fuzz or something. You just see like it shines really well through Space. So another kind of rare gem you should pick out.
The OG Man Show.
The OG Man Show, which I didn't remember actually premiering in 1999, but look at these goofballs. God, Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Oh God, all right. So I know that I've seen the Man Show. I know I have. I'm trying to remember because I remember it ended with girls bouncing on trampolines.
Correct.
That's obviously how every show ended. Was it skits? Did they do man on the street interviews? I'm trying to remember what the substance of the show was. I can't remember.
That's honestly, it doesn't really ring a bell. I just know it was basically the ziggy zaggy,
they had
and the drinking.
Dude,
all that kind of shit. That's all I remember. That's like peppered into my memory of the Man Show. And these two guys who obviously went on to do Jimmy Kimmel runs his own freaking late night show. I don't know what Adam Carolla does. I think he's kind of turned into a little bit of an incel and did like a podcast.
He has his own it's like, I think it's called the Adam Carolla podcast or something. But it's kind of like, it's like I've listened to a couple of clips of when comedians have been on, and I think he used to do talk radio. Like he used to do like a morning radio show way back when. So it's
that makes sense.
Much like a gay podcast. It is just it feels more like a talk radio kind of outlet than obviously the Man Show. But dude, I'm trying to remember what the hell. Like I feel like there were some skits. Didn't they have some midgets? You
might be right about the man on the street kind of stuff. It was all just like, it was super obviously man-facing sketches, obviously like sexy women drinking or some kind of shock factor like that. But yeah, it does not ring a memory. If you know, let us know in the comments. What the hell
Girls on Trampolines. I remember. I will never forget that.
Never will forget that. Yes, my young hormones remember that quite well.
Strangers with Candy.
Strangers with Candy was effing weird. Amy Sedaris, what a weird.
She's awesome, dude. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great as an actress in general. And this is such a strange. I mean, what would you describe the premise of this show as?
It's I think it's like a 45-year-old like ex-drug addict alcoholic goes back to high school to get her college or high school diploma, and then she's a train wreck, and everyone like in her town and the school is also like almost as wacky, if not wackier.
Yeah, it was definitely like a character study ensemble thing, and Stephen Colbert was in this
Yeah,
too,
young
wasn't he?
Colbert, young
A young,
Colbert.
very young Colbert. I think he was a teacher or something at the school, and it was a very early Comedy Central vehicle, and it worked at that time. I think on Comedy Central may have been lost in the fold if it came out later, but
I think I remember seeing something where she like she has like a fat suit made for her role, and she would like wear her fat suit like home, and she would like wear it on the plane to like fly home
that's
and like
awesome.
freak out her parents. Like her parents would be like, "Oh, Amy, you got so fat." She'd be like, "I know, I got so fat," just to fuck with her
I
parents.
love it.
Like that's awesome.
And she looked like maybe some fake teeth in a lot too.
Oh
Like
yeah, dude.
her teeth just looked ridiculous. She just looked ridiculous. I mean, look at her in the
Oh yeah.
picture. But that's a pretty deep cut. Some strangers with candy.
I'm trying to remember how many seasons that made. Oh, one of my favorite cartoons.
Yeah, here we go with
Home
some
movies.
home movies. I actually didn't really get too into the home movies thing when it came out. I watched some of them later on, but I mean, it was a pretty big. Wasn't it an Adult Swim or Cartoon Network thing?
I want to say it was Adult Swim. I'm trying to remember like when didn't fuck. I'm trying to remember when like Cartoon Network turned into Adult Swim because there would be like Adult Swim was at like 10 p.m. at certain
Yeah,
nights, whatever.
yeah, exactly.
But dude, H. John Benjamin, voice of Archer, voice of is Coach McGurk there on the right,
Yup.
and then Brendan Small, he did Metalocalypse. Metalocalypse
Oh,
is real big.
amazing.
But dude,
Yeah.
this was one that I also did not catch until dude, like several years later, like downloading it, like finding it on like LimeWire or Kazaa or something. And because I remember not being familiar with this when it aired on TV, and
Hmm.
then finding it like on on download sites. Dude, underrated. Great freaking cartoon. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of guest stars too. Like Louis C.K.'s his dad is Brendan Small's dad.
That's cool.
I'm sure there's a bunch of other people. I haven't seen this show in fucking forever, but this is a good watch if you like cartoons.
Yeah, definitely check that out. And
Oh,
on
speaking of cartoons.
on the cartoon train, Batman Beyond came out in 1999. This was obviously, I think, the precursor. I'm sorry, the follow up to the Batman animated
The animated
series, which
series.
was highly popular in the 90s, and
Oh, one of the best.
yeah, probably the best of all time. And I mean, I've watched most of this in its iteration. It's fairly good. It obviously follows, I think, to the comics and the creation of kind of the Batman passing of the torch, older Bruce Wayne training this new Batman in kind of a new age Gotham City. I mean, it was pretty wild and out there for the most part.
Now, this I've not the animated series from the earlier 90s. I watched probably every episode of that. I
Yeah.
don't think I ever watched Batman Beyond. I have seen like clips on YouTube for however the algorithm decides like what to show you, and I was surprised that with it being Batman Beyond, Kevin Conroy still voices
Yes.
the
Yeah, he
the
does.
OG Bruce Wayne because this is not Bruce Wayne. This is a new character. And I remember whatever clip I was seeing, it was like old Bruce Wayne, and it's like I think that's what it was. It was how he why he decides to no longer be Batman, and he gets his ass kicked, and he like goes to like grab a gun and shoot somebody, and it's like the as crazy as Batman as a person is, that's what finally made him decide to like hang up
He
the
got his
fucking.
ass handed to him.
He got his ass handed to him. He was going to use a gun to murk somebody, and he just couldn't do it.
Wow. Yeah, the only thing I can kind of remember was like this show came out in 1999, and then the timeline in the cartoon was they set it in the distant future of
Oh, the distant future.
2019.
Dude, fucking Bruce Wayne probably had like cartoon stem cells, like whatever the hell,
Yeah.
however old he's gonna be. I mean, he's Bruce Wayne. Even he's got rejuvenant or the Lazarus pit, probably.
That's what I'm saying. So they took plenty of liberties. This didn't go on for that much longer. I mean, maybe a couple of seasons, and then they capped it off. But it was a fairly popular cartoon show in the moment. Speaking of popular cartoon phenomenons, really, 1999 gave us SpongeBob.
So, this is
Little
one
bastard.
where I know that there is, I think there's a bunch of, this coming out in 1999, right? You fast forward 20 something years. I think there was like a bunch of people who watched this when it came out, and then they had kids. And so then they're like, and dude, I don't know if this like still making new episodes of this or whatever,
Who knows?
but I feel like that's a big part of this is like, staying power of this is the reintroduction of
Yes.
obviously kids to this, but also like the parents of those kids liking the show when it was out. Like I used to watch this show.
Yes,
uh
absolutely. Yeah,
and this
and it's found, I think, many iterations. I think they've come back and like you said, just it's like almost the Ninja Turtles, right? There'll always be some reincarnation of that brand, but I think they've done it with SpongeBob for years, since 1999.
Yeah, like I do know that this show also is supposed to have some like for it being a kid show, it's also supposed to have like some adult like I don't want to say like adult humor, but like jokes that adults get, you know what
Correct.
I mean? So
Yeah.
the writing on this is as wacky as it is, I believe the writing is also supposed to be pretty good on the show. But a one that I just kind of fell through the
No,
cracks
I can't say that
for
I've
myself.
seen much of the
Mm.
SpongeBob, but I know the kids used to love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
the Family Guy. Who
dude,
could who could
this
not bring up Family Guy in 1999?
so that means that I want to
Wow.
say this is only 2 years after South Park. Or South Park's like 97. I think South
Not
Park's
far
97.
after. No, yeah.
Dude, I did not recall that Family Guy was only 2 years after South Park. That's crazy because one is obviously I would say a little more beloved than the other. Like the fucking Family Guy got dinged for often seen as like lazy
Yeah.
gags, like their goofs where you like South Park did it best. Like you think that's bad. This is as bad as the time where I fill in the blank with this person in
Yeah.
this location.
They've always had a
But
fairly contentious relationship, the 2 shows as well, which is very funny too. They definitely have poked at each other over the years.
but I mean, I would be lying if I've not laughed very hard at several Family Guy things. I mean,
Yeah.
I've laughed at several things on Family Guy quite hard.
Yeah, same. And I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's become just like not just a show, but an institution, because I
And
think I know Seth MacFarlane has moved on to do other things, and I think they just like it's just a machine. It stays in the zeitgeist with relevance, and it's poking fun of itself. It's poking fun at pop culture. It always did that very well while putting these like weird characters and zingers and funny lines all peppered into it too.
wasn't it like canceled and brought back like 2 or 3 times too?
Yeah,
Like there was like I mean to
you're
show you
right.
how much a fan base, likes
Yeah,
the show. It
you're
literally
right.
brought it back from extinction at least twice. I went at least twice.
That's impressive. Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where it's a tale as old as time, and you just wonder, like, at what point does it sputter out and they stop? They could do it forever. Another cartoon, man. Man, it was we were ripe in 1999 with the big cartoons coming out for sure. I mean, Futurama is no chump change either. I mean, this is a Matt Groening hit. Is I guess just another answer to a futuristic Simpsons, really.
Now, didn't they bring this back too? Like, isn't there
Yeah,
new feature out? Is there new?
that's come.
Jeez.
It's come back several times too, and I remember when this did come out. I can remember like them premiering it, and I think like the whole gag is like I think it takes place in 1999 or something.
The
Like
start of it. Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
Fry's been frozen or something, and he wakes up. It might be further in the future, but they play on the 1999
Mm.
thing in the pilot episode. And this was just another show. Great, memorable characters with funny lines. Obviously, Bender and Zoidberg. I mean, just all these like really funny characters. I think it was one of those shows that had that hot pocket of seasons, and then tapered off, in my opinion, over time. But was pretty funny.
And I do remember people wanting it to be like, this isn't The Simpsons. It's like, yeah, it's not The Simpsons. It's a whole new show. I remember like there was backlash because like, this isn't The Simpsons. Like, yeah, it's not The Simpsons.
It's
It's
not
the
The
same guy.
Simpsons,
It's the
dude.
same
Yeah.
guy. It's just not The Simpsons.
Yeah, and I mean, more power to him to try to expound out from the whole like Springfield thing and The Simpsons, and it was a fairly noble attempt, and I think it's made its way into history, and obviously had a prominent time in 1999. What else we got? Reed, mother effing Reed. Look at him, big smiles, lots of money. 1999 marks the premiere of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, a
This
huge phenomenon game show on television in 99.
this makes sense. Like this seems like I'm trying to think of what like this was the first
God.
wasn't this the start of like the new round of this is the game show that's going to be on at night, right? Like
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
now there's well, I don't know if they still make them. I can remember seeing commercials for like Deal or No Deal,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. This is oh shit. This is remember when they would have they were an hour long and the cliffhanger-ness of well, I'm gonna ask you this question, and but before you answer it, we have to go to say
Yeah.
goodnight, and everyone, the
Yeah.
whole crowd, and then
Yep.
we're back. You gotta stick in the chair.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It
The
did harken
built-in
back.
drama.
Yeah, it harkened back into the very like host heavy, personality heavy game show, and of course they called upon good old Regis Philbin to do it, and it was cool. It had a very unique model to it, and obviously it was all about like people sitting across from him answering a series of questions. You could phone a friend. There was a 50-50 option. AI producer brings up the fact that actually in 1999, a contestant by the name of John Carpenter, not to be confused with director John Carpenter of Halloween, was the first player on the show to actually win the million and the first person in American history to win $1 million on an actual game show on television. So that's a big chunk of change. Of course, that's before taxes. So I don't know
I
what
think
Homeboy
that's
walked away with, but that's
I think
pretty
that's the
damn
guy
good.
when you get a lifeline, like you could call, you could like phone a friend to get an answer. I think that's the guy where he said, "I'd like to call my dad," and he said, "Dad, I'm about to win $1 million," which is
Wow,
a pretty baller move. That's a
that
pretty
is
baller move. And then
that
he
is a
like he did
sick flex,
because
man.
he knew the answer. I mean, that's pretty baller.
Wow, it's really baller, dude. I didn't realize that. Well, if that's him, he's pretty badass, and he did win the million. And I want to say this show, I think there's other iterations of it now. Everything comes back in and around, but yeah, sadly without reach, but they will continue to keep the Who Wants a Millionaire train going as long as I guess the sponsors will pay for it. Also in TV, in news of that time in 1999, we sadly lost.
Lost, I was gonna say.
We lost Mr. Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert. Look at these two son of a bitches. I've never were two people that sniped at each other that secretly I think hated but loved each other on screen. These guys were they're the two thumbs up. I guess Gene Siskel, he did have to go get brain surgery. And I think he died during the surgery. I don't know if it was a cancer related thing, but that was sad. That broke up the duo. It was like, wow, what an end of an era. These guys were just, you either saw movies or you didn't with these dudes,
And it was like, as far as like in the world of influencers, where hey, I really like this thing. These guys were like, it was rare that I shouldn't say this. There's often times where they would like, oh, I didn't like this movie, but it still did a lot of like at the box office. But there was like the selling point of a movie was two Siskel and Ebert give it
I know.
2 thumbs up. Like that was like, oh, Siskel and Ebert liked it. Oh, we should watch this.
Can you imagine? I mean, the power of that.
Like, yeah, the swinging dick.
Incredible.
Like,
Yeah, what a swinging thumbs. Like, no shit. And it's like, yeah, they really would. And then there'd be and their show is always fun. I would always try to catch their show because it would just be one of them would have a hair across their ass, and they'd always Siskel would always, he'd be cracking fat jokes, and Ebert was just they did a great job of they had a great job of pairing those personalities together. And they're just iconic, man. And like you said, now after that came Rotten Tomatoes and like people that are making YouTube videos shitting on movies. It's like the critique era of the great critic, a movie critic, ended with those two dudes. They're just so iconic.
Yeah,
got the last of them in 1999. That's sad.
1999.
Salute to those guys. 2 thumbs way down for cancer.
Way down. Yeah, way down.
All right, and then rounding off the TV category, obviously in 1999, another kind of big moment was Mr. Jon Stewart sat in the seat for the Daily Show, taking over for Craig Kilborn, who did a very admirable job.
But it became with the Daily Show. I can remember the Craig Kilborn Daily Show, which was a little more like zany, like lighthearted, and then Stewart definitely had like a little more grounded in, like, it was still fun and funny, but like the political acumen that he brought to I definitely think it shifted the gear of the show, because they would always have a interview with like a celebrity or something, but I want to say like the issues that it tackled with Jon Stewart, but the focus of what they kind of covered definitely, I think, was kicked into another gear when Stewart took over. And dude, like there was, look how young he looks right there.
I know.
Bro.
Notice no gray hair, because like
dude, no, like barely
until he was full gray, And I mean, I can't even probably add up the amount of Emmys this show won. I mean, this show catapulted Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert. I mean, the list goes on of people that just
Rob
started on that
Riggle.
show. Yeah, like just
Jeez, there's
people
so
that
many
came
more.
on and did these little kind
Ed
of
Helms. I think Ed Helms was on it. Ed Helms was on it too.
Yes, he was. Yeah, and amazing. And he just he's Jon Stewart, man. He did bring his brand to it, and obviously, Daily Show was a huge part of Comedy Central's success during moving into the new millennium. But
it's still on 25 years later.
Yeah, exactly. It's still going strong. But all right, I mean, that's a fairly good look into TV.
Dude,
baby.
that's like a lot of
That is year for TV.
What 1999 had to offer, like in TV shows, is way better than what they had to offer for fusion foods. Way better.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, right
Way
now,
better.
TV's taking the #1 spot. But that's pretty damn good. Let's take a break. Let's go see some of our fantastic sponsors. We'll come back for our third and final category here on Anachronology 1999. We'll be back.
After this motherfucking messages, we'll be right back.
Alrighty, this sponsor break is brought to you by Aretha's Pizza. Introducing Aretha's Pizza, where authentic auction-style pizza meets speed. 2 incredible tastes. Hungry for a unique pizza experience? Look no further. At Aretha's Pizza, we've redefined the pizza game with our one-of-a-kind auction-style approach. No need to wait around or deal with lengthy orders. We're all about getting your perfect pizza to you as fast as possible. Here at Aretha's Pizza, there are no menus. Every pizza is a unique surprise waiting to be discovered. Our notoriously eccentric and cantankerous chefs bring passion and flair to the kitchen. With unmatched creativity and culinary expertise, they cook whatever they fancy, making every pizza a unique adventure. And guess what? Due to a legal matter settled out of court, they can't be fired. That means consistency and a pizza experience you'll never forget. As fresh pizzas are pumped out of our coal-fired brick ovens, your competitive spirit better be ready. Because we will start the bidding at $9.99 for every pie. You and your fellow diners raise your special bidding pizza paddle, vying for the chance of who is going to eat first. As the bids rise, you'll feel hot adrenaline pumping, while you secure that succulent pepperoni you crave or win a delectable combination of gourmet cheeses. Who knows? The power is in your hands and the thrill of the bid is on your side. So join the Aretha's Pizza craze. It's time to say, what are your toppings? With Aretha's Pizza.
You are watching Anachronology.
Welcome back.
Hey now. Okay, well, TV was great. Like we said before we left, I think the 1999 TV category is killing it. I want to go back to 1999 just to watch all that stuff over again. It's so badass.
Agreed. I mean, and plus there was...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You know what I was going to say? I mean, for the bulk of those shows, like there was like the staying power of them. Sure, there was some like one-hit wonders, like we said, but the people that came out of them, the actors that came out of them, and also stuff like the Daily Show still going on. Freaking Sopranos is coming on its anniversary, 25th anniversary. I mean, doesn't get much better for TV than 1999.
It really doesn't. And speaking of rewatching things, if you want to rewatch things with Glee, want to watch special things, then you need to help support us and become a Patreon member. You become part of our inclusive, special secret society of Anachronauts. You get all kinds of special privileges, special bonus features per episode. We have a Discord just for our Patreon members where we post up all extra goodies per every episode of the show, no matter what year we go to. And everything's kind of open for discussion. You get to talk to us. That's pretty cool, right? For a couple of beans a month to keep us going. Also, it helps when you subscribe. Click that little subscribe thing down there for all our new episodes that are coming out. Like the episodes, do all that algorithm jazz that helps gets us to 100,000 followers. I'm shooting small, but that'd be nice.
Just one click at a time. That's all. Just one click at a time. Please,
Well,
please,
yeah,
just click it.
please. It'd be really nice if you did that.
That's all.
And moving on with the show, we are going to round off our categories here in 1999 with a little music. We all love a little music, and just like TV, 1999 was fairly interesting when it came to the music spectrum. I think we were all over the place. I think artists were getting weird. They knew we were coming up on the new millennium, and lots of tastes and flavors, man. 99 music is out there. It's all over the place.
I mean, I guarantee you there's
God
going to
damn.
be some tracks that show up here that you have heard them like in the grocery store. You have heard them in a dentist office. You have heard
Yeah.
them in a commercial. You have heard them possibly even remade, or a character in a movie is singing them. Like even a child is singing one. Like this is
Yes.
because there is a bunch of fucking songs from the late 90s that are like earwormy, and I'm not necessarily good, but
Right.
earwormy.
That's right. And let's get down into that earworm hole. Starting off with, oh my God, I guess Sugar Ray. And there he is. What's his dick here? Mark McGrath. Is that
Oh
his
yeah,
name? Look at
that's
him.
Mr. McGrath.
Yeah, look at him. Yeah, Sugar Ray was, they did Fly a few years before this.
Okay, if memory serves me, weren't they like a more of like a, like, not want to say hardcore band, but
They were.
weren't they?
They were
Yeah, but
hard. They were
they were definitely
harder for sure.
harder. They were harder, as hard as frosted bleach tips could get you. But yeah, then they put out every morning. They put out every morning, and that was, they're like, hey, let's shift gears. Let's shift gears. We're getting some money. Let's now make every other song not like when we were playing in or filming our music video in like a fucking hockey rink or something. But yeah, oh god, are we gonna get DMCA'd? Are we gonna get copyright strike if we play some of this stuff?
Yeah, so we won't
Yeah.
we won't play any of it. You can go find this on your own, and there's probably people covering it, and you can sing it. I don't need it in my brain, but yeah, I agree with Clay. I think that this was one of those songs that came out and just got tons and tons of radio play. It was on every top
Oh, yeah.
10 over and over and over again. AI producer has given me some information on it. It says, per what it's gathering, it says every morning is an alternate rock and flamenco pop song.
Flamenco
I guess
pop.
there's a little of like that flamenco guitar that's peppered into it. If you listen to it, they can even give it that classification.
Okay.
But it's just like, it's really par the course for them. I think they ran out of steam. I think Fly was so big and good for when it came out. They were just chasing that. They were riding that trail for a long time, and yeah, this was probably the last thing they ever did. I'm sure they're
I'm trying to
playing county fairs and shit now.
Yeah, I can't remember any other song they made.
Yeah, they flew away. Here's my girl, Christina
Oh, Ding the Bottle.
Aguilera.
Okay, so
Christina Bottle was big, man. That was a 99 drop.
Doesn't she's married to some famous like singer too, isn't she? Or no?
I would assume she's married to somebody. She's a fairly good looking woman.
Country music guy or not, but she's
Sure,
on
sure.
whatchamacallit? What's that show? The Voice or something? Isn't she a judge on some singing show, or The Masked Singer, something like that?
I agree. I think she has found her way back to television nowadays. I think when she kind of premiered in 99, she was definitely a studio creation of, we need more Britney Spears. Yeah, and they cloned this whole kind of look and the showing the midriff. I'm innocent, rub my bottle.
Oh yeah.
We all knew what that meant.
Yeah, say no more.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I remember I had a younger sister, so I had to hear this kind of music playing, on loop around, the clock, going on and on and on. I think, the funny thing about Christina Aguilera is, I think as she got more into her career, I think she definitely had a very skanky phase that she got into, where I think she was wearing less and gyrating more, and it was like, whoa, hey, I think all those kind of like women pop stars at that time were just competing to see who could be skankier.
Well, I think also, I know it wasn't like Britney Spears was definitely not 18 when she like got big. I don't know if she
Yeah.
was 18 or not, but I feel like once it became like it was impossible for the like to no pun intended put the genie back in the bottle with like their age, those girls were like, I am fucking, I am drinking, I am doing drugs. Like you need to tell me I can't fucking dance like this and sing like this. Because I mean, there's only so many years you can be like, I'm innocent because not when you get
Yeah,
this kind of
that's
popular.
gone. That's gone, my friend. So,
Yeah.
AI producer giving me this little tidbit about Genie in a Bottle. It says, Genie in a Bottle noted the youthful message. It says the track, it says here, one of the summer's catchiest singles captures the moment's anxieties about teenage sex. The track has been described as blue-eyed soul and has been labeled a skittish dance hit propelled by indecision. My body says, let's go, but my heart is saying no. Okay. I would put hard money that Christina Aguilera was definitely not a virgin when she made this. Just
I mean,
saying. Just saying. That's all.
I mean, yeah, no harm, no foul there. Like,
Someone had rubbed her the right way before this. TLC, Tender Love and Care. What was it? Something.
T-Boz, Left
Yeah.
Eye in Chile.
Nice, my friend. Very well done. T-Boss, Left Eye in Chile. Yeah, look at them. The girls. I mean, they were super hot in the 90s. Creep. I remember Creep was Red Light Special. Those were all like, the middle school, you get to dirty dance with a girl hits. Come on. That was some fly times. Those were dope.
Waterfalls. You can't forget Jason Waterfalls.
Waterfalls. Oh my God,
now.
dude. Waterfalls was all over the place. And then obviously 99, we waited to get their, I think, magnum opus with No Scrubs, where they basically said, I don't need loser guys. And I think it just jeered an entire generation of loser dudes that were just trying to get with these kind of hot ladies,
I mean, if Scrub was added in the lexicon for a little while there, wasn't it? Like you
Totally.
yeah, you're right. That was like I feel like if texting was more in everyone's pocket, that probably would have still been
he's a scrub.
Yeah, it would have been used more. But I remember Scrub being definitely high volume usage in 1999.
Oh yeah, and apparently the song itself has said it actually became TLC's third #1 single and 8th top 10 single. It peaked for 4 consecutive weeks at #1, which is fairly good in that time, especially back before this was also, you got to think about the cusp of this was when people were starting to download shit. So it was like, sure, if you were making those numbers with record sales, that was probably the best of the best. And then it all started going downhill when everybody was like, I'm just going to download No Scrubs. I don't need to buy it.
And there were so many freaking bands that were putting out music to be #1 4 weeks in a row. That's no small
Pretty
feat.
good. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then obviously all their drama, like one of them burned down her like boyfriend's house, and I think she died too.
Yeah,
I think one of them
in
died.
like a car accident in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic.
She just lived too hard, too fast. It's sad. So now they're just like what? LC? Who's
TLC?
dead?
R.I.P. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, the girl on the left there.
Yes, guys, we can't do it anymore. We lost L.
And then
Sorry.
I know Chile, the one in the middle there, dude, Usher was banging her, and then he fucked that up. He put his dick in something else. I mean,
Ush,
dude,
come on,
Ush,
Ush.
what are you doing? You had a good thing, Ush. You had a good thing, Ush.
Ush is gonna Ush. Oh God. Oh,
hey.
And yeah, everybody's answer to what would it sound like if the Jersey Shore made an album, and then enter Len. I can't describe this song. All I can ever remember is the goddamn music video of this thing. It's the fucking them renting scooters, just
in like Daytona Beach, I think. I think they're in like Daytona Beach. I'm pretty sure they took they got very I don't think they're from Florida. I think they're from California, I think. But that's a very like Florida thing to do, is take some money and then go get drunk and ride scooters like for your music video. That's a very Florida thing to do.
And it was like white boy hip hop rap, terrible like verses with like the woman singing the chorus
hook,
catch.
Yeah.
And the sad part is it was catchy enough that it could just be radio fodder for a long time, and that was just another one of those songs that it just snuck its way into that like music zeitgeist of the time, and you're like, here it is.
I think they use it for like 30 seconds in the movie Go. I think they use it for like 30 seconds.
Oh wow, AI producer going right to the Smash Mouth.
Oh man, yeah, this guy.
Yeah, dude.
Well, he got paid from. I hope he got paid for using it in the Shrek movies. I mean, obviously, All Star. All
Star was 99. Absolutely.
All Star 99.
That was the big Smash Mouth, maybe of all time. I don't think they've. I mean, what was the? I can't even tell
there
you
was
another goddamn Smash
I,
Mouth
I remember Walking on the Sun. Walking on the Sun was another one.
Okay,
Might,
you're right.
might as well
That
be
was
Walking on
maybe
the
the
Sun.
first hit single in the earlier '90s, mid
But yeah,
'90s.
dude, All Star. I mean,
Look at him, and that was the music video. This guy, he had that singular, like tiny little stick.
Yeah, I don't even know
What
what
do
do you
call
call
that?
that.
What do you even
Yeah, what do you
call
call that pencil line of a goatee? Like it's like not a soul patch. It's like a soul pencil.
line?
Yeah, right. A little soul line.
Soul line,
I'm
baby.
going to my soul line. I have to record my music video for All Star.
The music video was literally just like him walking in, and he's in the sun. He's a large guy. He's all in black. I'm sweating looking at him. And like you said, it got big. Actually, okay, I could deep cut this. I remember when it came out, it was featured in that really kind of terrible Ben Stiller movie where he's in like a horrible superhero league, Mystery Men.
Yeah, Mystery Men. Oh my God, you're right.
And
yeah, dude.
It was a part of the soundtrack of Mystery Men, and I can remember the music video had clips of the movie in it. And I want to say even some of the Mystery Men people were in it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that was even before it came and was huge on like Shrek and shit like that.
Dude, somebody saw, whoever was like working at that studio was like, get me All Star. Like, well, it's already a Mystery Men. I said, get me All Star.
What is Mystery Men? Yeah,
I'm having All Star. Yeah, what is Mystery Men?
What are you talking about? Did you just make up that movie?
Yeah.
No, it's actually a Ben Stiller movie.
It has Paul Rubens in it. Pee Wee. Oh, 702. Okay, so, all right,
baby.
702. So, you get Where My Girls At. Okay, so this was like
right now.
So this was not TLC. This was not Sisters with Voices. This was fucking 702, man.
Yeah, this was not En Vogue and all the other like
En Vogue,
trio like black performing artists thing that they were trying to compete with.
It was like they were trying to have like things like the back in like the 50s when they would have like groups of sisters who had great voices and singing, songs about being broads. There was no shortage of having a bunch of girl groups, and dude, Where My Girls At?
Yeah, from the front to back.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't remember it well, but I can hear it. It was fairly catchy, and like you said, it was just you heard it, and I felt you always were just like, "Oh, cool! Is this TLC?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's not.
Oh, is it En Vogue? No,
No, it's not.
It's 702. Who?
702.
Oh man,
shady dude. I mean, this shit was so big. Eminem was single-handedly the largest artist of that time, probably.
So I remember listening to my like radio, not even like a CD in my room, like just had the radio on, and it was at night, and I think I was like doing homework or something, and this came on, and I remember like being like, this was like a knob turner, like turn up, like what the heck is this? Like what? And freaking he has, I don't want to say he's like considered the greatest rapper of all time, but I know there's a bunch of like black rappers that specifically don't rap about Slim Shady, like pick beef with him, because he will fucking annihilate them on the bars.
He's super quick on his feet, man.
He is crazy good.
Yeah, and I want to say it was like I don't know, in kind of the discography, but I remember like the Marshall Mathers EP or whatever, that one that came out was so fire. Was so good. And it was just like, again, then he did like 8 Mile, and he just kind of proved himself that he wasn't just a one-hit wonder. And obviously what I liked about Eminem was, I think, his showmanship of he put himself in these crazy videos. It was always just like super commentary, making fun of himself, making fun of all the entertainment industry. He just went there, dude. And yeah, this one was big. This one was played all the time.
Yeah, the music video. The music video with Kathy Griffin, right? The comedian Kathy Griffin, and the the Insane Asylum. It's freaking. It's like, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Like that's still been like part of the lexicon. Like will the real please stand up? But everyone thinks about Eminem when you say it.
You're right, absolutely. I mean, he's just he's synonymous with it. But yeah, Eminem, baby. Crazy is
Bro.
as crazy does, literally. Yeah, this was. I don't know if this was called Crazy. I mean, I can
Yes.
I can see
Yeah.
her in that outfit doing that dance and the chair dance or whatever she was doing.
So this must have been 2 years after Hit Me Baby One More Time, I'm
Yeah,
guessing?
it
Yeah,
definitely
must be
was.
or like 1 year later?
Yep, came
How
out.
they grow they
Oh,
grow up
tell
so
me about it.
fast.
Yeah, my God, 99. And obviously at this point she's a massive success and she's all in the limelight. And this was where she was starting to come up to the crest there and start to fall over. You know, obviously she started to have that downturn. And I just think it's funny that this song is called Crazy because she literally years later just went absolutely crazy, shaved her fucking head, attacked paparazzi with her umbrella. The whole thing with her parents. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what a drama going on. But
Dude,
yeah,
there's
she
like
looks withered and
the
worn in that picture on the left too. Just like, kill me now, kill me.
yeah, poor girl. She got chewed up and spit out by the industry.
Yeah, she kind of did, but yeah, at least we got hits like "Baby One More Time" and "Crazy" from it. Thanks, Britt. Ugh, this garbage fire of a song and movie. You talk about combining two of the worst things: a terrible movie, and then you got to have the terrible single to go with it. And of course, the egotistical actor to pull it off would be Will Smith in '99.
Wasn't his like part of his like if I'm in this movie, you need to
Cringe.
have me write the song for it. Like
Probably.
there's Men in Black, right? Men in Black, definitely.
Ugh.
Wild Wild because he's the titular song. You know, we here come the Men in Black, that jam, and then well, this says Getting Jiggy with It, but I don't know if Getting Jiggy with It was for Bad Boys with him and the Michael Bay one, but I don't think so. But yeah, dude, Wild Wild West, like
it was contractual. You're probably right, and that's what's funny is he thought too. Okay, because the thing is too is like Men in Black was a good film. Men in Black was different. And I think that it was like everyone was having a good time with it. So that track Men in Black just was good. It worked. But he thought lightning could strike twice, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do this again with Wild Wild West." The same gimmick, because that's all Will Smith did in the '90s. He just took old tracks and remade them and remixed them. This was a Stevie. This is "I Wish" by Stevie Wonder that he's taken. And even Stevie Wonder's like in the hook. I think he's singing in it with it.
Oh yeah.
Disaster of a music video and a song, and it's just. I cringe looking at it. I can't even tell if you said what was the movie about. I don't even know. I can't even tell you.
There's Kenneth Branagh's the bad guy. I know that. I know Kenneth Branagh's the bad guy. I know that, and I'm guessing it has to deal with something with gold or killing someone.
Yeah, like a futuristic cowboy. Like he's fighting a giant spider. It just looks like hot trash.
Yeah, there's a bad guy. That is one movie I have never seen. Like even back, dude, even back when it came out, I remember being like, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna sit this one out.
Oh, that's the other person who's in it is Cisco's in it too. Cisco sings the hook.
Oh, there you go.
That's the voice.
Piano, yeah, obviously the piano. I can hear the piano note from Stevie Wonder, but yeah, Cisco with that high.
Give it to Cisco. That makes total sense. Oh no, my apologies. It was everybody. It was Drew Hill who was all of the group.
Jesus
so
Christ.
Cisco and the other people before Cisco was like, I'm gonna go make the thong song. So fuck you guys.
You didn't give me no residuals of Wild Wild West.
Oh, and then obviously the big kind of ascension of pop punk in 1999 with the Boys and Blink 182. This was huge. This was a big single, big album for them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like, what was it? I'm trying to remember what. Damn it. The single from their album. I think before this one. But that was used in some movies. You know, some skate videos. So that was well known. The music video, but this, like, I remember this song, or this album too.
Enema of the State,
Enema of the State, Catapult.
I can see the cover, that famous cover of the porn star with the glove on. Amazing, that was incredible, and that was their whole thing too. Is obviously shock factor, and just like this video was great because they just basically turned the gun around on like all the boy bands and made fun of Backstreet Boys, and nobody was safe. So it was like a parody video too, in the same tone, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like this is a music video I haven't seen in a long time. But I do notice on this photo here, strangely foreshadowing Travis Barker. This is the plane that he crashed in. strange.
God, dude, you know, that's pretty fucked up, but
crazy.
it's true.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he did, and he's lucky he's alive.
Yeah, lucky he's alive.
Burned a ton of his body, and
he's wearing a burn glove right there. He's like, he knew it was going to happen.
yeah, he did. Maybe he's a time traveler. We don't even know it. Maybe he's an anachronaut. We don't, you know,
Hey.
maybe we should hook up with him, see
Are
what's
you,
up.
Travis? Are you?
Yeah, what do you know that we don't, bro? But yeah, 182. That's that was a good track. Oh, this one too. This one just sticks in your craw from 99. This song. God.
So this, like, you know how sometimes like you've like a would you rather, or you know, what is one food you never want to eat again, or one show or movie. Like, this song, if I never have to hear this song again, like I'd be completely, like, you could erase this song from my memory and I would be completely happy. I mean, Santana, I know you're like, you know, guitar god. Rob Thomas, I know you've probably done a lot of cocaine and banged a bunch of broads, but this song is
what you got when you mushed them together. And this whole album was just like, this was the Santana calling card of that time. He was like, yo, I'm just gonna like rip on some guitar. I'm gonna have all these other like semi-popular artists sing on it. But this was the one that they'd never stopped playing forever. They played it for so many years, and I hear it too, and I immediately change the channel. I'm like, I can't do this again. I can't listen to this song. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh man, if this is like, there's, you know, there's a lot of songs that, you know, I don't like. This is a song I fucking can't stand. I can't stand this song.
Yeah, let's see here. What does this say here? AI producer throwing me. Concept and background. Smooth was originally conceived by Ital Schur as a song called Room 17. The lyrics were stripped off and the track was given to Rob Thomas, who rewrote the lyrics and melody and retitled it Smooth. Then recorded this song as a demo to play for Santana. After hearing the song, Santana decided to have Thomas record the final version. So I guess we can blame fucking Rob Thomas for this monstrosity. I thought it was a whole Carlos Santana thing. Apparently he was just like, yo, come play guitar on this, man. It'll be sweet. We'll save this dumpster fire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't begrudge anyone getting their bag, getting that money, Carlos Santana. But Carlos Santana, you also unleashed the song "Smooth" on the world forever. So for that, I cannot forgive you.
We can't put that back in the box, son. That's out forever.
And
then these jamokes. I mean, obviously the boy band craze of the 90s, and obviously why not round it out in 1999 with Backstreet Boys' Millennium, how properly titled their album was to kick in. It's funny because this was like, here we go, we're getting into 2000s, you know, we're gonna rule the world, and I feel like this was their last album.
This is their last album.
It was like after this, the meteorite struck and destroyed all the boy bands as it rightfully should have.
Well, I think also, didn't they also lose a little bit of popularity at NSYNC? So they're like NSYNC was like the nail in their coffin.
I think so. They all kind of ate each other's tails in a sense. It was just kind of one, like, let them fight scenario until they all killed each other. And then that's what happened. And then nobody wanted to listen to that music anymore. But yeah, this album too, again, having a younger sister, it was just like over and over and over again. You hear these goddamn tracks and it's all about just like, girl, I love you. And it's like planting these creepy seeds in young girls' minds. What were the songs that were the big ones here? Oh, here we go. Of course, I Want It That Way.
Oh yeah.
That's the one that Blink-182 made fun of. It's all like, we're in a hangar, and you know, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Yeah,
I think
Larger Than Life. Show Me the Reason of Being Lonely, and The One are apparently all the
those
hot
are their hits
off of that. Way to go, guys! Yeah.
So if you were to go to like you know, I'm not saying you, but if a person wants to go to a Backstreet Boys concert, if those are their hits, like, what is a set list when a band plays, right? They at least expect a band to play for like an hour, right? Like, you expect an hour out of a band, I'd assume, like for like a headlining band, right? Like an hour, right? Like an hour set.
These aren't long
songs. Them 5 songs. Them 5 songs. Like, what else they got? If they're gonna go back, like, can you just be the Backstreet Boys, do like a tight 25 and then just be like, good night, thank you for the check, we're out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sell some merch on the way out, kind of thing.
Yeah, buy a shirt.
I mean, buy a shirt. Yeah. So again, this was never made to live forever, and au revoir to that. Yeah, I guess we can't get out of music in 1999 to at least mention Napster, and it's the impression that it had, kind of what it started, what it's kind of a signifier for. And really, Napster was the shotgun start to the end of, really, I think, how people made money in the music industry, and we'll never
Yeah.
make that much money ever again.
Napster was basically like black market iTunes. Like that's what Napster was. It was like instead of having to
Yep.
pay for the music you wanted, you could just
Yeah.
type in what you wanted, and then the bad news is sometimes you get like a bunk ass file, but the good news is there would
Dude,
be so much shit that you
unbelievable.
like. Dude, I can remember getting like or finding like I had a buddy who really liked Frank Zappa, and the Frank Zappa stuff, because Frank Zappa played so many live shows and people were such
Oh my
audiophiles.
God.
There would
Can
be
you
all these
imagine?
bootlegs, dude, bootlegs from Europe, bootlegs from Japan, or like all this wacky just places where
Sky
Frank
was the
Zappa played.
limit.
And dude, you couldn't like shit, you probably can't fucking find that stuff now unless it's been re-released by his by his estate. But you could
Yeah.
go on Napster and there'd be some dude in like Czech Republic with his dial up,
Incredible.
putting up Frank Zappa performance that nobody else had.
Yeah, and it's just like it was kind of like first came the MP3, that obviously was the container, and then really what Napster did is it introduced P2P. Person to person sharing. Once they figured that out and they saw the success of it, it didn't matter if people tried to squash it. They had already lit the flame.
Yeah,
So
it's like a Hydra.
it was
Cut off one
freaking
head, two
over,
more go in
man.
its place.
But I agree, it was super sweet, and like anything, every good thing, must come to an end. And in order for it to come to an end, you need to piss off Lars from
Lars.
Metallica. And that's pretty much what happened. That's the saga of Napster. I mean, what's his name? Sean Parker, I think, was
That's it.
one of the main guys that like started Napster. And that was a huge court case, a very, kind of monumental court case at the time, because that was a moment where I think people were coming after these P2P sites and saying, like, you can't do this. I mean, obviously it didn't really stick, because I don't think, like you said, it's like the Hydra. There's too many of them, and there's no way to continue to regulate it. So I think it's the evil, and the industry just said, look, this is how it's always going to be. If people want digital music, they're going to get it. We got to find other ways to make money.
Man, I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was, anywhere close to the peer-to-peerness, like the P2P, the sharing. Like you're right. I think this, like the when you phrase it, they figured it out. Like the cracking of the code of, oh man, we can do this with anything, and that's like you got Napster to thank for it.
Absolutely. And you think of it fast forwarding even another 10 years into the future. Think of torrents, and think of like just the containers of like, you can grab any movie you want to watch, any TV series you want to watch. You can grab audiobooks and books and still art. I mean, you name it, as long as it can be put into a file and thrown up on a P2P site, as long as you kind of play by the rules and you let the uploads and the downloads work.
Click to download.
Click to download. AI producer showing this, which is pretty impressive. Back in 1999, a Napster service had estimated it had at max 80 million registered users. In 1999, 80 fucking million?
That's
a lot of fucking people that wanted illegal shit.
I mean, I bet too, like there must be some like the college campuses, like the amount of people who have their hands on a computer for the first time, or like a dedicated computer of themselves, that must have done it.
You actually, the next part of that is said, high-speed networks, especially in college dormitories, became overloaded, with as much as 61% of its external network traffic consisting of MP3 file transfers.
Damn.
Yeah, what a time to be alive, obviously. And I guess that there's no better way than to round off the glory that was music in 1999 is with kind of what destroyed the music industry, which unfortunately was
the song Smooth by Rob Thomas and Carlos Santana. That song destroyed the music industry.
Absolutely. That did destroy
I believe it is time for an entertaining segment.
Oh.
Okay, AI. I guess we can throw in one more segment here today on the show. Let's see what we've got here. What do you have for us, good sir? This one's a fun one. We always like having fun with this. Let's play a little Where They Be Now. Where They Be Now. And we can tie this segment into music. We'll be talking about Where They Be Now, talking about, musical artists of 1999. And where are they now? What have they been up to? Have they aged well? Has time been kind to them? Let's find out. So here we go. Let's pull up our first Where They Be Now. Hey, look who it is. Our favorite boys from the back street. Look at them. They have, the eye on the prize. Look at the jawline on the one down there in the lower right-hand corner. That is,
Bro.
wow. That's a crazy jawline, honestly. It's kind of terrifying.
And a homeboy on the left in the glasses, he is looking like he's trying
Yeah.
so hard to not look old. He's trying so hard.
He's already he just turned 38 or something, and he's still they're like, yo, man, comb that up to the front. We'll get some chains on you.
We'll just cover your face in some glasses. We'll just make you look.
Alrighty. So here we go. 1999. Where are they now? Oh yeah, this was exactly where they would be. They're very. This is a very professional photo. There's been lots of Photoshop work done here. It's all clever in the lighting. Look at homeboy from the earlier picture now. He looks like he's got the crazy Hawaiian shirt on with the milady hat.
I was gonna say, left to right, it's like where they be now. Where they be now. This guy is selling motorcycles. This guy is trying to get you to buy the more expensive package for him to videography your wedding. This guy he is telling several girls to come back to his apartment because he has coke. This guy just looks like a solid dude. Like he's just waiting to pick up his kid from school. And
the guy in the jean jacket?
Yeah, he just looks like he's waiting.
Yeah,
he's like,
I
left work early. I left the construction site early. I'm gonna go pick up my kid from school. And then this guy looks like he is trying to be a pickup artist. Yeah, he's trying to be a pickup artist.
Far right is inner city theater teacher kind of thing going on.
Nice.
He inspires his students kind of thing. I agree. I agree. I think
That's
maybe my only difference would be dude with the black hat and the black leather jacket. He could also be just like a nighttime DJ in some terrible
I like that too.
restaurant somewhere in Orlando.
Hey, you guys gonna pay me?
Yeah, exactly. I was in the Backstreet Boys.
You guys gonna pay me?
All right. Oh, here we go. Mark McGrath, Sugar Ray, 1999. Let's see how you doing nowadays, Mr. McGrath.
Where they be now?
Oh, yeah. Notice there's only two of them now. Quit the band.
Where is the red? That's only Sugar and Ray.
Yeah, right. That's right. Just Sugar and Ray were left. Ray's looking like, what are those pants, dude? He's got NASCAR pants on. He's got sponsorships on his pants or patches.
But it's at a golf course where that's okay. They're like golf pants if you were in NASCAR.
And I gotta say, whoever took this picture, what was the choice to have Mark McGrath just prop his arm up weirdly on the dude? It looks like he's not even putting it on. It's like he's just resting it in the air. A terrible choice of posing them. It's so bad.
He's entered his Billy Idol phase.
Yeah. And he's also, I've seen, I remember that real, possibly at this point, older video. He's kind of a douchebag. I think he got called up by a fan and he gets mean and nasty and in their face. I'm like, look, dude. Okay, we all fly for a week.
We want an encore of every morning.
Yeah, every morning he cries is what that is. Okay, this is Orgy. Remember the band Orgy in 1999? What did Orgy do? Isn't that terrible? I can't even tell you what Orgy did. Let me ask AI producer. Orgy 1999. What do you got for me? What did they do? Blue Monday. Thank you, AI producer. Blue Monday by Orgy. I couldn't tell you what it sounds like.
I can't tell you what it sounds like either.
These guys all look pretty hardcore. They look like they're on the verge of just emoing out. This could be very early emo before
on the verge, bro. On the verge. They're beyond the verge,
dude. Yeah,
they're at the club called The Verge.
This is the picture that Mark McGrath shows his hairstylist.
Make me all of them at once.
Yeah, please give me the Orgy 1999. Okay. Let's see these guys now. Oh, wow. If they couldn't have gotten any more androgynous, holy moly, dude. There's some plastic surgery work here. This is weird.
Okay, where they be now? They are the most conscious, aware climate change activists is where they be now. That's what they look like. They look like they are very upset at you for using petroleum products, but they look good while they're doing it.
Yeah, the lead singer there in the front wants to speak to your manager before they start the set.
Yeah,
it's some very interesting hair choices. Like these dudes over here. Oh yeah, the dudes on the right are wearing cloaks or something, or some kind of hoodies.
Like, well, the dude on the left is definitely wearing like a cowl, like 100%. And
he is wearing a cowl.
He is definitely wearing a cowl. Like he's rocking like the peasant baker look.
Yikes, orgy. That's not an orgy anybody wants to go to right now.
Unless it's all airbrushing. I'll give it to you guys. You must have moisturized. Your skin looks good. Your
skin
very
nice.
Look good.
Yes,
Your
it is. It's very good skin. They get the plus on that. Lou Bega. What
this
up,
dude
dog?
He is still banging. That where he be now, he is drowning in pussy. That's what he's doing right now.
Ready? Lou Bega then, Lou Bega now. Hasn't aged. Doesn't crack. Look at this guy. You're right. This guy, he's probably got a residency in Miami.
Oh, dude.
Look at this. He's still got that tiny. He's got that tiny little
pencil stash. Got a little pencil stash.
Yeah, he's taking Mambo 5 women back to his place on the reg.
Yeah, 5 at a time.
Look at him. What a son of a bitch. Good for you, Lou Bega. At least somebody's killing it. Okay. The new Radicals. I can hear this annoying drony song of the 90s.
You gotta get what you give, right?
Yes.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Also not a great one, but
no, this dude was so cool with his bucket hat. Where are they now? Where they be now? Oh. Oh my god!
It's the same hat, dude. It's the same.
I can smell that hat. I can. That is a salty, sad hat from the 90s.
It's the same fucking hat.
Look at all the washes it's had.
Dude, you could tell he's got a little like bloat from the booze because the hat is not nearly like down on his brim, like down on his forehead as much. Like it's he's got like the head bloat.
He's resorted to finger guns to the camera, like to be cool. It's sad. Yeah, and it's sad when he has to take the one thing that he knows people know him from and wear it. The only other person that could pull that off now is Jamiroquai, dude. You can't. That bucket hat isn't that famous.
Yeah, but even then, Jamiroquai's bucket hat would be so much doper than that bucket hat anyway.
Oh, it looks sad and soggy.
Jamiroquai's bucket hat would be sick as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, where you be now? He is a guy.
Now?
He is a guy at the bus stop in the rain, and he is upset with his life. That's where he is now.
He's pointing at you, telling you some conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Corn, baby. Corn. Corn was another thing I kind of wish didn't exist in the 90s. I never really got into Corn. I didn't like the whole look. I didn't like the people that listened to Corn. I think they spawned a very interesting fashion statement. It was like Jenkos, and they just look dirty. You know, like Corn in general. Like, look at these dudes.
I remember whatever the song that the guy in the glasses sings, their main hit. I just remember I could not understand like any of the things that he's saying. So I just kind of like didn't give it a chance.
Yeah,
I was
me neither. I couldn't do it.
I can't understand.
No, same. I couldn't get into it. All right, where they be now? Where are you now, Corn? Oh yeah, that's exactly where you are. That's great. Nice one, AI producer. That's where Corn is. Corn is corn. Corn is corn photoshopped onto corn. This is what they should have always been. I think they should have just embraced the whole corn thing and just been more about corn. Big corn costumes and shit.
Where they be now? They are at the orgy.
Yeah, I bet. Telling everybody they were in Corn. Yeah. All right. There she is. There's our little Christina genie in a bottle. She looks pretty. Yeah, that's a fairly promiscuous pose back in '99. Really showing some skin here.
Looks weird. They looks like they did like a weird Photoshop job on her
the
like
boobs.
Maybe
they tried to like blur the nipples out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like her boob looks weird.
They use the warp tool instead.
Yeah, right. Boob looks weird.
I'd like to rub that genie in the bottle and have him fix your breasts.
Fix your babes.
Okay, let's see how she's turned out in 1999. God damn, she's turned out. The face looks like some work, but the chest also has had some work all around.
Definitely looks like something has been done to those boobs. Definitely.
Yeah, the bottle has been. Yeah, the genie's out. That thing is. Those are crazy. Yeah, she definitely. This is what This is what these women do, man. They just want to like look like dolls and shit. Like what the fuck.
I mean, there's definitely been some work done on that face. Definitely been a lot of work
those
done.
Things stand straight up.
Looks good in purple though. Purple's
yeah,
color.
She does. She's pulling that off. She's fierce. She's very fierce.
Good in purple.
Where they be now 99. Yeah, I mean she's obviously still making money. She's still selling it. So good for you.
Yeah, where they
Next
be
Tina.
now? She is booking her next plastic surgery appointment or something. But hey, you got the money, spend it, girl.
That's right, girl. You go. Oh, this insufferable bastard, Creed, Scott
Creed.
Stapp. I think his name's Scott Stapp. I can hear him. You know, you say you can hear a picture. I can hear this picture, and it's giving me douche chills. Oh God! And I've heard all these stories about this guy. He obviously had drug abuse problems, and
I've also heard
fucking
not
egomaniac.
really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know he had fallen off the band. I think they had broken up at a time, and I mean, I think they're back together. I feel like they, like a lot of like Nickelback and like the kind of bands that people like to make fun of. Creed has now entered that echelon where I see them being made fun of a lot. They're always like dropping their tracks in funny, like, you know, Instagram or TikTok videos. So they're part of the joke. But you know what though? You're still playing their damn songs.
Dude, they must get like, in order for these bands to like, hey, we're gonna go on tour again. Like like, who has someone's crunched the numbers where they're like, this is how much I can give you, and they're like, all right, let me talk to the guys. Let me talk to the guys because dude,
money talks. Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, I don't know how. I mean, even when this song was like out and they were, you know, popular. I didn't know a lot of people that liked Creed. So who the hell is liking them now? Or they can go get,
or like you said, another generation. You said this a while ago, like just, you know, another generation heard it on the TV, or they heard it being made fun of on a freaking Instagram reel, and we're like, you know what, it's pretty cool. I like it because it's just cool and niche and, you know, relevant. But it is still hot garbage. So are they hot garbage now? What are y'all looking like now? Oh yeah, they've aged. They've all aged. Absolutely. Scott Stapp looks like he's been out of his like third rehab facility.
Okay, where they be now? These two guys on the right, they bartend at the local craft brewery. Dude on the left just like wandered in on set. Like he was like they're like, hey, can you just stand here for a second? We gotta check the key light. And if that's the lead singer, dude, he looks like. Dude, yes, that's Scott Stapp. Scott Stapp looks like his wife is like, he's got like a trophy wife, but he's also like fooling around on her. Like that's what he looks like.
He looks like a male hairstylist as well.
Yeah,
you know,
there you go.
He's at some like bougie salon. He cuts, you know, men's hair. Way to go, guys! You're looking. Keep it tight, Creed. A 98 degrees.
Oh God!
Look at them. They are on fire. They gotta get that like flamey key light on them in this picture.
I completely forgot about this group.
This was another just like, we can make another boy band experiment. You know, just add water and people that can harmonize. Nick Lachey, that was
bring me
on the
4
left.
white boys,
and then his brother, who I think's on the right, or the other guy. But I know there were 2 Lachey brothers. And then these other dorks that just lucked out and were like, dude, I can sing baritone.
I went to school, you remember?
Really kind of dopey here. I mean, again, Nick Lachey, he kind of got all the looks, I think. And then of course he married what's her face, and that didn't
Simpson, right? Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, that stupid show together. All right, where they be? Ooh, this is the worst one. This looks like Dad's Weekend in Las Vegas.
It does.
This is rough.
This where they be.
Ooh, this is crazy.
This where they be is this is the men's seminar that you like, the retreat where they go like teach you like life skills because you're divorced or, you know, your daughter doesn't talk to you or anything. These are like the speakers. This is like the last photo at the end of the retreat. These are the motivational speakers that you paid like $3,000 to listen to.
Yeah, and if you get individual, it's like where they be now. Guy on the far left with the muscles. He's like he's a Crunch Fitness personal trainer
for sure.
Dude next to him with the kind of cabbie hat. He's a 8th grade social studies teacher who likes to let loose and plays keyboard on the weekends.
Nice.
Nick Lachey. Honestly, you know, I gotta say, he's fine. He looks exactly like he did. No wonder he still does TV appearances.
He looks like when your wife says, "I'm going to go to like Pilates." That's the Pilates teacher. Like, that's your Pilates teacher. That's what he looks like. You're doing pretty hard for yourself. You're looking pretty.
And then I don't know. What do you think, dude on the right? What's he doing now?
He's actually works at Home Depot, but he's off today. But he just happens to be there picking something up, and but he's like a little bummed that he has to help somebody.
All right.
He's like, "Where's my day off?" It's like, "But I'll help you." Okay, I
Yeah,
do.
you're in the
I care.
wrong aisle. That's
I
actually in
gotcha.
lumber. Yeah,
I
it's
do.
cool. Were you in 98? No, not anymore.
No,
I do this now.
That
Oh,
was
okay, cool.
that was a lifetime ago.
Yeah, but thank you for remembering me. Yeah, wow. Nice job. Well, whoa, one more here. Oh,
Oh,
the mouth.
well,
I'm kind of cringing as to knowing what I
yeah.
know where they be now, but here they are then, and you can see looking like a bunch of really sunburned. I don't even know where they're from, but just lead singer always look
California,
like
I'm
he's on a
assuming.
blender. Yeah, they always look
I have no idea where these guys are from, but they
pretty
look like
rough. Yeah, poor. Okay, so where they be now?
yeah.
Oh, AI producer, that is low.
Mm.
That is it's a low blow, dog. But yeah, you're right. That's where he is. He's up in in heaven, I hope. I have to say, give props to whoever took the actual time to make this. This was pulled from the internet. Incredible detail. I love the envision of who's in heaven and is greeting the lead singer of Smash Mouth. It's got the greatest hits of people up here welcoming him from the early gates. This is incredible.
I mean, Billy Mays, dude. I haven't thought about, Billy Mays. We got to get some year where we get a little Billy Mays action. I don't know when Billy Mays got big, but AI producer will hopefully tell us because I haven't seen Billy Mays in fucking forever.
I think he's going to pop up. You know, he will on our journeys. Is there just some random dog in there? Like, who's the dog?
Yeah, I don't know who the dog is. Obviously, Bob Ross up there. The late great Muhammad Ali. Got Mr. Rogers. We got Robo Williams.
Alan
Hooters. Oh, Mr. McLean.
A cartoon penguin who's in heaven welcoming him.
Oh, the freaking Mars robot, the rover.
He's
the robot.
That's cool. Robin Williams, I would hope. Would be
Harambe.
there. Of course, Vern Troyer. Of course, he'd be up there. Yeah, this is a great depiction. I think
the Pawn Stars.
The Pawn Stars, Grandpa. Yeah, Steve Irwin,
Kimbo Slice, Tupac.
This is great. This is really well done. Somebody spent a lot of time doing this, and I'm glad we can feature it here.
Guy.
Yeah, way to go. And I hope that's where you are, man. Hope you're not in purgatory or in hell. I hope that's where you be now. But that's it. That was There They Be Now. Where They Be Now. That was a ton of fun. It was a fun little extra segment to round off this category of music, 1999. That said, I think we should take our final break to say hello to our final sponsors, and then we need to get the hell out of 1999 back to our
Get out of here.
Today. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed that and go out and listen to all that awesome / terrible 1999 music that we showed you here today.
Don't listen to Smooth. It's awful.
Don't listen to Smooth. If you listen to Smooth, do not watch this show.
It's awful.
We'll see you after these very short messages. So get your asses back to the chopper.
Smoky Roach's Lonely Frozen Dinners for One. Are you tired of feeling lonely during mealtime? Introducing Smoky Roach's Lonely Frozen Dinners for One, the perfect solution for those quiet nights when you just want a comforting and delicious meal. At Smoky Roach's, we believe that everyone deserves a delightful dining experience, even if you're dining alone. Our expert chefs have carefully crafted these frozen dinners to bring you the same gourmet taste you'd expect from a fine restaurant, right in the comfort of your own home. No more cooking for hours or settling for bland, uninspired meals. Smoky Roach's Lonely Frozen Dinners for One offer a variety of mouth-watering flavors, all prepared with love and attention. Each meal is carefully cooked and flash frozen to preserve its freshness and flavors. All you need to do is pop it into your microwave or oven, and within minutes, you'll be enjoying a warm, hearty feast. With a wide range of options to choose from, there's a Smoky Roach's Only Frozen Dinner for one to suit any craving, whether you're a meat lover, pescatarian, or vegetarian. So why settle for a dull and solitary meal? Elevate your dining experience with Smoky Roach's Lonely Frozen Dinners for One, your new companion for those special moments at the table. Order your Smoky Roach's Only Frozen Dinners for One today and savor the delicious flavors that will warm your heart, because everyone deserves a delightful dining experience, even when they're dining alone.
You are watching Anachronology.
No, you're watching Anachronology.
I am hungry after that sponsor read. Oh my God. You know, we get all these great packages sent by our sponsors. I have a delicious Smoky Roach's. I'm ready to throw in the microwave when we are done with this. Pumped.
Man, I'm got a freezer stock full of Smoky Roach's for one. I can't wait to have mine tomorrow.
A great sponsor. And, again, thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors. They make this show happen, just like all our wonderful Patreon members and fans of the show make it happen. Thank you, as always, for listening. Hope you've enjoyed this little jaunt down memory lane. 1999, a fairly good year. I think we came away with some pretty clear winners and losers. But this is the show, folks. This is what we do. Every episode, a new year, a randomization of categories, segments, a crazy AI producer. Shit goes crazy all the time. Sometimes it goes right. You roll the dice. You take the chances here at Anachronology.
You come on a little journey. You want to come on a little journey? You just go to patreon.com/Anachronology. You go to YouTube/Anachronology. You just hit a little subscribe button. You hit a little Patreon button. I mean, hey, we're not asking for much. We're just asking for a little clicky. Just go a little clicky here. Listen to the show every week. We got a new year. We got some new topics. We have some fun. We learned something. And hopefully we just make it to another year, because Lord knows this episode, producer, he was screwing up. So we hope the spaceship doesn't crash.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm a little freaked out. I'm gonna have to check his programming. He was a little off tonight, but we do love it all the same. Helps us out. Thank you, AI, for everything that you do. All your incredible artwork, all your incredible sponsor
research.
The research is fantastic. I mean, we're the mere puppets. He's the one pulling the strings here on the show, but. We had a great time. Tune in on the next episode to see what we do, where we go, and what we talk about. Clay, much love, my friend. Always enjoy this. All right, folks. Be well.
See ya.
See you soon. Bye.